It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo.
Hello there. Having a happy new year should be the first thing I should say. Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Yeah. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live. Not just that. Welcome to 2023, the first program of the year 2023. You are welcome. The most, or let me say the much anticipated year of Nigeria's prophesied implosion. It is no longer when we get to 2023. This is 2023 on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, where we have done a lot in bringing us up to date about the political activities, actions, the active players who are going to determine what is going to eventually happen as they are setting the stage. The first day of that 2023 is today. And I'm just here to remind you, and at the same time, to bring what was it at before now. And as the fireworks started, I think it has. Now, share the broadcast. Glory you too. And yes, we like Will there be an election in Nigeria in 2023? Will there be a coup d'etat in Nigeria in 2023? Will there be a revolution in Nigeria in 2023? Will there be the breakup of Nigeria in 2023? You see, the answer to all of these questions are going to begin to fall on your laps now. You are going to be so much, you have to, by the way, interested in the events, activities that will lead to the date they have chosen for their charade. Do not join the gang of how did we get here? Do not miss the mark by getting distracted by a lot of things that are mostly inconsequential. But so, whatever it is, I am going to be your reliable guide. We're going to do this together. Eventually, we are going to see Nigeria unravel in 2023. Have you shared the broadcast yet?
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra kì. Máyégún ti dé.
I am happy for you that you made it. It's the last lap of Bokuhari APC Egbekegbe. So even if nobody praises you, I think at this point, as a typical Nigerian, you should be, you should be proud. I mean, you should be proud of yourselves that you survived Nigeria to this moment. So let's enjoy the moment that you are still here, because we know it may never be all of us that will actually witness what is still to come. But now that you are here, congratulations. How was the holiday? How was your Christmas? Every other thing that, the festive period. How was that for you? I was strolling the internet as usual. That's what I do most, yeah? And then I came across this guy. Honestly speaking, he seems to be speaking or should I say, he seems to be painting the picture of how your holiday went. Not me, just him. Listen.
My brother, when you hear say that they use juju, person they use juju, the only person when I don't see say they use juju now, APC government, when they use juju. And now they use juju on Nigerians. See this season of Christmas now, people are not happy. People did not celebrate well. Even the weather not be like say would they do Christmas. See queue for fuel. See queue for fuel. See as Nigerians they suffer for festive period. And when I still get mind, they do campaign. So now wants to rule us for this country. Not be juju be that. APC no be juju be that. Even devil no go even campaign if he do these things when una do. I swear, devil no go campaign. APC una was past devil o. Una was past devil. Now we dey buy fuel at 280 something naira. And now they do protest for Jonathan for 96 naira. I be APC. And I still get mind the campaign. So I want to rule this country. APC, if they leave una go rule hellfire.
Anyway, people still bored. Because I saw videos of people who are partying overnight. That's typical, isn't it? Una go still find joy, even in the most inconvenient, uncomfortable situation, so to say. So that you made it to 2023. Congratulations. Now, talking about Joe Lantern, Obasanjo just released a statement, a very long one, where, as usual, but not like the old ways when he would target a letter to somebody. This time around, it is an endorsement of Peter Obi for president. But it didn't just come out to just say, we have seen Obasanjo with Obi many times. It's been one of the people doing the groundwork. Are you with me? Within or between the elite and then the political class and the rest of them. For you to know that Obasanjo is fully involved in Obi's project. When Donyi Okupe got convicted for money laundering, and he resigned his position as Obi's campaign DG for a while they were looking for his replacement, and they found one, Oshuntokun. Now, Oshuntokun he's worked with Obasanjo, he's an Obasanjo's boy, even though they later found that he is also the senatorial candidate in another political party. But just to see that the people working behind, apart from the Obidients who are like saying they are ready for, what I'm still coming to you. But nevertheless, Obasanjo's backing and support of Obi was never, ever hidden. It's always been. Even when Wike was hosting the potential candidate interview in London, Obasanjo still drag Obi there, that they still met with Wike and team discussing deals and offers. So that's how much Obasanjo is. But to others, it is pretty much like maybe it is like I've realized that the gravest error they made was to let the Cold War, after the Civil War, that is between Nigeria ruling class and the Igbo people in Nigeria, that they have allowed it to last too long. And it is just a matter of time before Nigeria finally break up. And for those who know Obasanjo very well, Obasanjo and his own set, they kind of believe that Nigeria is their, should I call it? No, is their baby, right? That they saw to his birth. This Nigeria you have, not the one that got independence. So it's like, well, I always like anything that has to do with Nigeria, then you have to deal with them as owners of Nigeria. But somehow, probably they have realized how broken the lie that we call Nigeria, how broken it has become. Maybe they could just try and fix one puzzle that could probably sort of douse the, cut or reduce the bleeding. And maybe Nigeria will not break up by getting Obi, right, to fill in the space that have been denied the Igbos for 62 years. Now, right or wrong, this is politics now. The survival of all of the forces that used to be together somehow are pretending right now to be against one another. But let's take a trip. Let's take a little trip. Obasanjo released a note. And in that note, which I'm going to put on your screen, I'll try and summarize anyway. But in his usual Obasanjoing, he released this today. And in his own statement, he said, I am constrained to write this letter to all Nigerians, especially young Nigerians, friends of Nigeria globally, as well as our development partners, because of the gravity, responsibility, and implications of the collective decision Nigerians, both young and old, will be making within the next 2 months. The last 7.5 years have no doubt been eventful and stressful years for many Nigerians. We have moved from frying pan to fire and from mountain top to the valley. Our leaders have done their best, but their best have turned out to be not the best for Nigeria and Nigerians at home and abroad. For most Nigerians, it was hell on earth. Those of us who are alive should thank God for his mercies. Brace ourselves for the remaining few months of this administration and pray and work very hard for an immediate better future of liberation, restoration, and great hope and expectation. We have had campaigns going up and down the country, feeding us with what they mean and what they do not mean, what they understand and what they do not fully understand, what is possible and what is not possible, what is realistic and what is unrealistic, what is true and what is untrue. I believe we need not be confused nor be gullible. Let us be cautious not to be fooled again. I have interacted with major contestants, and I find it interesting that in one form or the other, each of them claims to want to do what I did during my presidency and to take Nigeria back to where it was at the height of my presidency. And immediately after, I was pained that most of them do not realize that the Nigeria of today had been dragged down well below Nigeria of the beginning of my presidency in June 1999. Although at that time, Nigeria was in very bad shape and was loitering on the verge of collapse and breaking up. Even then, Nigeria was not faced with the level of pervasive and mind-numbing insecurity, rudderless leadership, buoyed by mismanagement of diversity and pervasive corruption, bad economic policies resulting in extremes of poverty and massive unemployment and galloping inflation. For these reasons, I kept pointing out to them that the instruments used in 1999 to 2007 and methodology used will grossly be inadequate for the perilous situation we now find ourselves. 20 years of interregnum. I came back at 62, and by 70, I was on my way out. Others like General go on. I don't know if I've jumped something here. One sec. Right. Sorry. Now, I'll just continue this. Like I said, just some key stuff there. So, yeah. So he was talking about when he came into power at the age of 62 and he left at the age of 70. Others like General Gowon and Enahoro became national leaders at 33 and 27 respectively, and General Gowon at the helms of leadership of Nigeria at the highest level. The vigor, energy, agility, dynamism, and outreach that the job of leadership of Nigeria requires at the very top may not be provided as a septuagenarian or older. I know that from personal experience, and it is glaring out of our current experience. Otherwise, we will be fed with the president says, and we will neither see nor hear him directly as we should. Yes, for some, age and physical and mental disposition are not in tandem, but where and when they are with obvious evidence, they must be taken into account for purpose of a reality. And yet it is a job in our present situation where the team leader or captain of the team should be up and doing, outgoing inside and outside, and speaking to the nation on almost daily basis, visibly and as much as possible, interactively, and meeting his colleagues all over the world on behalf of Nigeria. Youth of Nigeria, your time has come, and it is now. And please grasp it. If not now, it will be never. I appeal to you to turn the tide on his head and march forward chanting, our lokon, our turn, not with a sense of entitlement, but with a demonstrable ideological commitment to unity and transformation of Nigeria. Leave the past, face the future. Can we let the past go? I appeal to the young Nigerians to stop inheriting other people's prejudices and enemies. Make your own friends and stop inheriting your father's enemies. Let's stop criminalizing and demonizing one another on the basis of the civil war on which we are all wrong. And let's praise and thank God for preserving the oneness of Nigeria. The scripture says that if God would take account of all our wrongdoings, nobody will be able to stand before him. Why not suffering from amnesia? Let us stop still fighting and reacting to the civil war in our hearts, minds, heads, and our attitude acrimoniously. Let's stop living on our different wrongs and mistakes of the past. Treasonable felony, TV riot and its handling, first military coup and its aftermath, second military coup, Araba program, and the Civil War, all in the 1960s, and more recently, OPC, Egbesu, Masob, Ipob, Boko Haram, and banditry. No region can claim to be innocent or be saintly, and no justification will suffice. In our respective individual or regional positions, we have done right and we have done wrong. It is therefore not right for any of us to be sanctimonious, to see ourselves as saints and the rest as devils incarnate. Just let us agree to move forward together in mutual forgiveness, one accord, inclusive society, equality and equity, together and without bias and discrimination, fear or favor. We can have Nigeria of one nation in diversity, in truth, and in practice. Let us honor and cherish, respect, and even celebrate, and all of that, blah, 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 blah. They said, none of the contestant is a saint, but when one compares their character, antecedents, their understanding, knowledge, discipline, and vitality that they can bring to bear, and the great effort required to stay focused on the job, particularly looking at where the country is today, and with the experience on the job that I personally had, Peter Obi as a mentee has an edge. Others, like all of us, have what they can contribute. Others, like all of us, have what they can contribute to the new dispensation to liberation, restoration, and salvaging of Nigeria collectively. One other important point to make about Peter Obi is that he is a needle with thread attached to it from north and south, and he may not get lost. In other words, he has people who can pull his ears if and when necessary. Needless to say that he has a young and able running mate with clean track record of achievement, both in public and private life. In conclusion, I want to bring to our remembrance part of the great speech that Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa made on October 7, 1960, on the occasion of Nigeria being admitted as the 99th member of the United Nations. In quote, "Cooperation is for each man to be true to his religious belief and to reaffirm the basic principles of his particular creed. It may be that when we hear the world crying out for peace, we may receive the inspiration to deal with these intractable problems and be able to really devote all our resources to the advancement of mankind by applying those eternal truths which will inevitably persist long after we ourselves are utterly forgotten." Continue, of course. The Tafawa Balewa are gone, but the eternal truth inevitably remain and persist that cooperation, friendship, justice, equity, love, and fear of God, which are hallmarks of the three religious practices in this country, are the basis of our full and fulfilled lives and the living as Nigerians. In faith as Nigerians, we must pray and relate with God as it depends on Him. And at the same time, in faith also, we must walk as it depends on us. Then we will win. May God continue to help us individually and collectively. Yours forever, Olusegun Obasanjo, January 1, 2023. That usually will be a letter from Obasanjo. But I don't know if it was just me, when I was reading the content of that letter, in part, I could sense the fear in an old Obasanjo that after years and decades of failed truth and a country built on lies, inequality, injustice, Obasanjo fear that as he himself is about to be gone, right, this Nigeria may not even last longer after they are gone. It may even break up before they are gone. Did you read the tone? They continue to what? Let us forget the past. Nobody is saint. Nobody is, evil. All of us did something in the past to ourselves. It was avoiding the truth. I said, reconciliation of keeping Nigeria for real, which they will never do, is when Nigeria admits that they committed a genocide against a nation within Nigeria, against the Igbos. And Nigeria generally apologized. Not just that, right? And Nigeria, not just that, Nigeria pay back restitution to the families of those who survived that program. Yeah. And so many other state-sponsored their killings and program across Nigeria, except something like that is initiated. In truth, Nigeria is just living on a time bomb, on a timer. And it seems the likes of Obasanjo and co, they have seen that all the lies they buried all this while, the deceit, the manipulation, because it is like believe that they knew what is the best for Nigeria. And because they know what's best for Nigeria, in their lifetime, that Nigeria is about to break up into pieces bloodily. And on the 1st of January 2023, Obasanjo penned a paper to call on the youth to please fight for their future through Obi. And remember, while they are doing that, they should please forget the past. People talk, Nigeria is more divided today than ever. This is not even like an understatement anymore. This is not something that anybody can sugarcoat anymore. Do you get that? They know that. And let's start from this so that no go be like, say, we are not acknowledging, the Almighty God in what we are also doing. Let me ask Baba Adeboye about that. 1 second. Sorry, 1 second.
This is 2021. Some people are already getting ready to kill themselves over 2023. And they don't even know whether there will be 2023. They don't even know if there is 2023, whether they will still be around. There's nobody here who can say for sure that we will still be around by tomorrow. Nobody. It is God who determines who will still be around by 2023. Somebody said to me, sir, who do you think should be president in 2023? I said, President of where? He said, President of Nigeria. How are you sure there will be Nigeria in 2023? How are you sure? Can you swear? I pray there will be, so don't misquote me. But are you sure? Are you sure?
Because Obasanjo believed that he knows what is best for Nigeria. Let me tell you the missed opportunity. I wasn't too young in 1998, 1999. In fact, I've actually become politically active since 1995. Like interested, like what's going on and all of that. So 1998, 1999, when the military, they say military were going, Alagbada is coming, civilian. Obasanjo is going to be the next one. I wasn't too young. I could hear the adults then telling themselves that those military are only pretending. There's going to be another military coup soon. The civilian are not going to last. Maybe after 2 months or so, now they are going to start coming back. Then something happened. In 2000, year 2000, in the new millennium, the rumor started flying. There may likely be a coup in Nigeria. Why? Obasanjo is planning to sack so many military generals, military chiefs. He was planning to sack them, and it was going to be a mass sack. I mean, a mass retirement. Some people are going to be sacked. If Obasanjo tried that, they will overthrow him soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Obasanjo did it. He sacked most of the generals who were then those who handed over, to civilian who are still around. He sacked some of them, retired many of them, and the majority of them, he didn't just retire. By the time they are going to tell them to go, it was more or less like, well, I believe, I don't know, it was more or less like he demystified them because there was no coup. That moment. So if you listen to Obasanjo saying, if he wanted third term, he would have gotten it. He was right. Do you understand? But the problem is that by the time he wanted the third term, he had no real credibility enough to pull it off, because the person that he prostrated for to get his second term has become big threat at Atiku. But here is what Obasanjo missed. That moment could have been the first time in Obasanjo's himself life to do the right thing for the first time that is in the interest of millions of people in Nigeria today. But just like it was in 1976, 77, when he decided that when he succeeded Muritala, all the privileges, all the chances and every other thing that he had, and he decided, they had an election, the most fraudulent election ever witnessed by a country that gained independence just barely 20 years ago. Fourth Civil War. Because the interest of the establishment was to be protected. Somebody who is going to do something that is going to keep Nigeria the same way they have redesigned it since 1966, not the one that our forebearers signed up for when they sought independence. Then that's not the Nigeria you have anymore, and that changed in 1966 with the likes of Obasanjo maintaining that. So he didn't do that. He handed over to somebody, grade 2 teacher, who had no idea of what running a country was all about. Ran it aground corrupt enough that ordinary Bokwari Megad was able to stage a coup to overthrow that democratic government. Obasanjo's selfishness. That was the first time. The second time was when he became the civilian government. He was nearly killed. He was actually he was waiting for the Abacha gunman or Abacha hangman to hang him. They sentenced him to death. It was the establishment arrangement to bring him out. Obasanjo then did something that riled the establishment for the first time, just for him to establish his own authority. And that exactly is how he played his politics for himself, his survivor, and his own, what he called the legacy. What did Obasanjo do? Instead of him, at that point, that he sacked and removed all those threats that could pose, those who pose threats to his presidency, would have been the time for Nigeria to have a real people's constitution that says this and these are the conditions that brings people together to be part of a country called Nigeria. You know what Obasanjo did? When he started thinking about that, because it's always been there, In 1995, they had what they call the National Conference. No, sorry, Sovereign National Conference. Abacha did that one because Abacha wanted the whole Nigeria, right, to come together, right, and agree that whatever they want, they can get to, but they will have to create a position that makes him the life president of Nigeria. So they have to write the law for that. When they came out of that conference and it didn't go down with Abacha, so they just kept the report. In 2005, Obasanjo did the same thing. He spent billions, hundreds of billions of your money in trying to conduct what could have been a conference of Nigerians, discussing what will be the conditions, terms and conditions of how they want to be governed, the law. But in that process, Obasanjo's interest was how to smuggle in term limit, which there will be no term limit for being president of Nigeria. You can be president of Nigeria as many times as you want, as long as you are winning election. So when that got kicked out, and it's not going to scale through, you know what Obasanjo did? He just boned the whole report. The entire thing that they spent billions on, they boned it. Then they moved it into the National Assembly to see if they could do constitutional review, constitutional reform. When they started the process as well, he pushed in his own agenda of no term limit for president. That is now popularly called third term in Nigeria. All of these were wasted opportunity, wasted time to really lay the foundation, right? That could possibly fix what is about to break Nigeria now. Obasanjo didn't do that to punish Nigerians. You know what he did? After all those ones that you had several superstars who were governors from 1999 to 2007. A lot of them wanted to be president as well. But you know what Obasanjo did? In his own selfishness as well, he had to go and pick a sick man who happened to be a second-term governor of Katsina State, Katsina, where Boko Haram come from. Obasanjo picked him because he knew then that Yar'Adua had terminal sickness, terminal ailment, which means he could die anytime. That was when they brought religion into it. Are you God? Are you God? Who are you? How are you sure that he's going to die? Are you the one who created him? In his own game, according to those who knew, Obasanjo wanted, because the law of Nigeria says, if any candidate of major political party contesting for the position of president in Nigeria should die, the election must be postponed, and a 90-day term must be given to his political party to either conduct a new convention for a replacement or choose somebody to replace him. Do you understand that now? So, in that process, I don't know what they had in mind. Yar'Adua didn't die, and he became president. On the other hand, he was saying that he was leaving somebody who was going to continue his own good program. He did well on some, when it comes to some of what he actually impactful things he did. I'm not erasing them. I am talking about policy that actually really will affect how Nigeria is and how Nigerians, how they see themselves. The hatred, the violence, the division you are witnessing today, they were those fruit of lies planted by the likes of Obasanjo, false hope, false expectation, fraudulent, deceitful, and all those, you know what I mean? For decades, those are the fruit that are now germinating. The ones that the likes of APC, Egbekegbe couldn't maintain. Now, those lies are now have germinated. People have seen the truth, And when people realized those lies, they hated Nigeria more. So Obasanjo is now saying, let's forget the past. But don't forget, when he missed out on Yar'Adua, what did he do? He started the same thing that he later did to Jonathan as well. Okay? When Jonathan was having trouble becoming the main president and then being able to contest as a president, it was this Obasanjo who was then going about making deals with northern Nigeria. Seriously, he told them. In fact, it was the reason why he wrote the letter that finally nailed the coffin of people destroying people. That was like a dog whistle that the likes of Atiku followed, that brought the end of a PDP in the presidency of Nigeria. So what happened? Obasanjo was everywhere telling them that Jonathan will serve just one term, okay? And that power will return back to the north in expectation that his own boy, Sule Lamido from Jigawa, will be the one that is positioned to become the candidate of PDP in 2015. That was the agreement Obasanjo made with the northern Nigeria. And Jonathan agreed too until he decided that he was going to go for second term. And Obasanjo tore his membership card, wrote a letter to say, enough. And it was, when then APC, he attracted them to himself. He became their torch bearer. They called him, they gave him a name. They gave him a name around that time. APC gave Obasanjo a name as somebody who is going to be their torch bearer or something like that. And it was on top of the world. According to Obasanjo in 2015, they were trying to save Nigeria from the ruin that the likes of Jonathan have brought upon Nigeria. If nothing is done, Nigeria is doomed. Nigeria may break up. There may be war. That was 7.5 years ago, 8 years ago. Are you with me? Then APC came in. The whole thing they turn on his own. Boko Haram. We now have more Boko Haram. Boko Haram 1, Boko Haram 2. ISWAP 1, ISWAP 2. We now have Fulani terrorists. We now have the kidnappers in an industrial scale. Are you with me? The whole thing done propose. Igboroti daru, everything to propose. In 7 years. Yes. That was when Obasanjo started writing letters again. And I remember very well that Tifnumbu, in one of those his time, actually says something about letter writing. When my grandmother was alive, Tabari Babaton call letter. Suddenly, do you see why Obasanjo don't no longer write letters? It was because when he was writing letters like that, the likes of APC, they would just go and sit down. They will pick all the keyword Obasanjo used in that letter. They will just use them as their own propaganda. And Obasanjo was just like their content creator. But immediately APC came in. Obasanjo started writing letters again. You know what they told him? Which letter? Letter Oshiwolonko, were you not president? What do you do? We don't know you. I remember, if all of you have forgotten, in one of Tifnumbu's time, not now, back then, if you remember this.
I remember my grandmother used to send me to a letter writer in the post office of those days and near the magistrate court. So somebody who is writing letters these days, a letter of politics. As if they've never been there before. Bad belly letters, don't worry. We want to focus. I don't want to address that one today. I've gotten the most beautiful.
Bad belly letter writer. That was Obasanjo, their navigator. Thank you very much, Jare Inyomi, the one that just reminded me the name they gave him. It was their navigator. PDP Obasanjo became the navigator for the new APC. It was like that, it was like that. Well, trailer don't pass their midst. The trailer take barring everybody. I told people, I said, listen, some of you may not kind of have paid attention, but let me tell you, in my life, since them born me, Baba, I have never seen any 419, that is so good, audacious, and doesn't fear any consequences because it doesn't seem there is any. Like APC, Egbekegbe. I'll tell you, it's only APC, Egbekegbe, that scammed illiterate people, scammed educated people, they scammed village people, they scammed city people, they scammed those in Nigeria, they scammed those abroad, they scammed pastors, they scammed afars, they scammed witches, they scammed wizards, they scammed babalawo, mamalawo, they scammed everybody without any consequences. I don't know if you have seen any 419 who get that kind of mind. You go have to be very careful. In my life, I haven't seen much. They scammed Obasanjo. Everybody entered the one chance. Say last, and everybody go shop breakfast. Oh, last.
He don't pass. Last. Everybody go shop breakfast.
He don't cast. Last. Now everybody go shop breakfast. Obasanjo got served. Now power no today. Obedience. Obasanjo is relying on you. And a minute. But to the likes of Tifnumbu, he actually has something else to add. This is also a throwback, talking about the same navigator, Obasanjo navigator, for you to know the way they see him. So everybody seems to be fighting for their survivor now. Even Obasanjo, the many of them like that, it seems that this APC, Egbekegbe offer, that stock with them buy, or the investment with them put money inside 7.5 years ago, or more, it was past as you think. Obasanjo, talking about Obasanjo, Tifnumbu, just a few years back now, 2 years or so.
Leaders, among other generals, some of them told me, they called me, we don't want the general. One member said he cannot be general anymore, he's tired of being generals. I say, until we finish with Boko Haram and looting, we need one more general at least. Say, Baba, and you live up to the expectation in face of the challenges. Cast back your minds, dear members. When we came together, there were 2 places in court to stop us from being registered, to stop us from bearing our name, APC. And we said, this is for the headache of Nigeria. These people in court are the headaches. They need a cure. They need the medicine of APC. We serve them. They must thank the judiciary for being steadfast in the face of all intimidations, threats. They stand firm, and now they are left. They register the party. They register our name. We marched on, led by this single-minded general who is today a great Democrat. If anybody must blame you at all, Mr. President, is over democratization. Those who ask me not to follow and support the general, they better look at their houses. They want to build the ball. It is being deserted. It's out of frustration and migration to other various parties. I remember one uncle back door who had been a general himself and who had been elected president. I call him election rigger. Let's compare the two of you. The man has the tenacity to write a letter, not to the post office. We say no, we are not using the post office like that anymore. We are now using email. Your letter is not delivered. You are analog. If he has to connect him to say he must not run again, in which party? Thank God he's not a member of our party. We hold our future in our hand. What is your business, busybody? Unfortunately, he has turned the card of his previous party, his own legacy, so he has known no more. Now, we have a general that they asked me not to follow. Because you're a general, if you call yourself a Democrat, don't follow this man. I say I'm not mad enough to listen to your lies. Thank you, Muhammadu Buhari, for the job you are doing up today.
Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amanise ni, Afaimanise ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
Ami. So that was him mocking Obasanjo. Well, you know, that's just for the theatrics, you know, that public blah, 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 blue. Because not long ago, they actually told him to the same Obasanjo. It wasn't long ago, I believe.
It's only those who like us who will like them. You do for me, you do for me, you push me.
So it's just what it is. Their interest. So Obasanjo has come out to say he's rejecting Kanu as well as Adimeru. Oh, sorry, you don't know who Adimeru is? That's Atiku now. So if you want to see Tifnumbu or Atifku, the other code name, if Atifku become your president this 2023, his own code name, see, I'm not supposed to say for public. Sure you get. Now, the Secret Service or whatever it is, security code name, Adimeru, that's Atifku. Kolu, that's popular. We have to like get used to that. If Kolu become your president, if you are speaking in code, when you say Kolu, people who know who you are talking about. So you say President Kolu or President Adimeru. So Obasanjo rejected them, and they want to put their last fight behind the Obidients. See, you know me, I know they vote. And I no get anybody where they encourage to vote. Sure you get. But somehow, we are waiting for what will happen if Nigeria due, if the criminals, if the criminal you, we want to see your reaction. Sure you get. People like us are just like to say, what you go do now? I'm gonna don't shit you. I go be. You go just forget them. You go wait for when next. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We'll be here. We'll be the shoulder too. And if you pull it off, and Obi become your president. Oh, sorry, president. Some of you feel like, where are you exactly, Mayegun? You know, I have no stake in all of this. But the reason why you Obidients are always going to be very, very valuable is because you are the karma. Sure you get. It is like the clash of the titans, which means the energy, the drive to drive whatever will happen after longer and lasting. Now we get them. So we need to encourage you to do anything, do your worst, anything where you want to. We'll be here. Some of you will say you are a hero if you chase these criminals you are thinking. But at the back of the mind, don't forget to, some of the criminals who brought us here, they are the people who are actually the people under the ship, who they put that thing where they make the ship run. As soon as you cannot pretend that you are the one making it run. So whatever it is, now the shocker we are waiting for. But it doesn't matter. As Obasanjo won't choose Atifku, okay, he's always been telling everyone that God won't forgive him if Obasanjo put hand in anything that will make Atifku the president of Nigeria. Maybe they know themselves, Abi. My first warning for all of you is just a reminder. It's not even a warning. It's a reminder. Whatever you do in 2023, whatever you engage yourself in 2023, do not die in their war. They're not going to remember you. You see, everyone that died in the course of all this madness in 2022, they don't bar 2022 law. If you don't want to bar 2023 law, you better choose the kind of death you want to die. In any of the death that they offer you, don't die in their war. Are you with me? Anyway, it won't. The war started long time ago. And it was all about God knows what. Because if it's about looting Nigeria, Obasanjo, the chief looter himself, he did so well, right, that he continued to brag. I am the most investigated. Most investigated. From what we heard here, apart from the fact that Obasanjo Farm Nigeria Limited, OFN, was Operation Feed the Nation. And the story we get with that, because we realize that most of the locations of where you have Obasanjo Farm all over Nigeria, they used to be the locations for the federal government project called Operation Feed the Nation. How come they can't change that? Or they say now name there since it's now OFN, Operation Feed the Nation. Obasanjo Farm Nigeria. What's the difference? Now just small paperwork. Sure you get. When he was coming out of prison, they said all those things mostly have been confiscated. It was when he became president again, he returned them to himself. That's corruption. Today, he has the largest and the biggest farm in all over Nigeria as former president, who came out of prison, from what we heard, though, with just 20,000 naira in his bank account. That's what we heard. Some of you Indomie generation, you may not understand. Most of the history they told you about these people are lie. Most of them are lies. You're going to find them out when you are a little bit older. Don't worry. Don't rush yourself. Majority of them, they contributed to what you are witnessing today. Kajiko? So Obasanjo made it clear that waiting Atiku did as vice president, Chineke me. If all of you know, but I think the one that pained him most was the one that they said Atiku made him prostrate for him before Atiku could give Obasanjo the consent, the go-ahead to go for second term. They said Obasanjo never forgave him for that. And all since then, it's how to make sure that Atiku is what? Is jailed. But is Atiku a thief? Of course he is a thief. Are there evidence? One yakpa be anything. Let me give you one or two of them. Atiku has a wife. Her name is Jennifer. She's based in America. Atiku's wife, right, at a point, was on trial for helping Atiku to move over $40 million from Nigeria to America. Go and Google it, you'll see it there. Jennifer Atiku. There is also somebody called Jefferson. That one is a man. Okay? A man like House of Representative members in Nigeria is a Congress member in America. Jefferson. Atiku was in charge of Nigeria economy. Atiku was in charge of selling all the federal government properties and the rest. When Obasanjo was touring the world asking for debt forgiveness, Atiku was selling Nigeria as cheap as he could to his own pals who are holding those things in trust for him. Obasanjo knows that. And for those who have been Atiku's friend, the war between Atiku and Obasanjo for the past 10, 15 years, seriously, most of his friends have always been those who have felt it more, because Obasanjo know where all these things are. But corruption, no, if you fight corruption, don't let anybody lie to you. If anybody tells you that he's fighting this for your sake, corruption can't fight corruption. Never. It's just the esprit de corps supremacy that is between them. Obasanjo is so scared that Atiku will be second in command, could do all of that. What will happen when he becomes the one in command? May everybody just go sleep and wake up in any country they sold you to. That's Obasanjo's. Remember, people like Obasanjo believe that they know what is best for Nigeria. I think the most thing that really annoyed him was the bruising of his ego. When they said he prostrated for Atiku to get second term, he never forgave him for that. And recently, Wike was referring to that. Yeah, he was.
That meeting with Sosa.
Hang on. I think that's, yeah.
But we forget history. In 2002 and 2003, when President Olusegun Obasanjo wanted to run for second tenure, a whole president wanted to run for a second tenure, he knelt down before his vice. He knelt down before his vice presidential candidate, the vice president, and said, "My vice, please allow me to run." You know the condition he gave him? One of the conditions, you know what he gave him? Tony Anini must be sacked as Minister of Works. And Tony Anini must not be the President Campaign Council. Obasanjo obliged and sacked Tony Anini as Minister of Works. And removed him from Presidential Council and brought him back to South. And people are talking. This is a president. His own vice giving him condition. A retired general. He knelt down. "My vice, please allow me to run for second tenure." And he was given conditions. This one we are not even doing.
So I think that's more reason why Obasanjo will do anything to stop Atiku too. But is stopping Atiku is just to pave way for a Miloko as well, using the power of incumbency. I think that's where the whole confusion is. And I am happy that we are not currently seeing headlines here and there. Pastor so said, now this person could be your next president. No pastor, no fake goddamn pastorpreneur in Nigeria that is going to tell you who is going to be your president or how 2023 is going to be. That's how much confused the situation has become. So Obasanjo sort of had probably drafted his own trusted person who could handle the battle that they want to also fight with you, Obidients, when they brought this man, Oshuntokun. He was facing the media. I'm coming back to with the Wike and then Atiku, or Obasanjo brought this guy who happened to be a senatorial candidate of Z Labour Party. Yeah, he is now the DG campaign for Obi. So 2023 is here. The political firework is about to start. Let me take you quickly to that Oshuntokun. The first time he faced the media answering question. Yes, listen.
But let me tell you that first and again, when the question of morality, right, you know, at the risk of being immodest, you know, I think I will be one of the very few, you know, politicians in Nigeria who has been very morally consistent. I'm a journalist, you know, and I write a column for newspaper. I've been writing for This Day for the past 9 years. Anybody who has been reading my column will know that the position I am today is logically so consistent with what I have preached along the way. Yeah? So, and to tell you the truth, right? I won't mention the name, but I will tell you that I was directly invited to come and lead the campaign of one of the three Frontline presidential candidates, and I declined. It was painful for me to decline because the person in question, the presidential candidate in question, I have a very good personal relationship with him. But principles, and if we are preaching, it was a test, you know, of my own, of my moral position. Because a man is not tested until you are confronted, you know, with a challenge to which you are asked, you know, you have to respond. So, as I said, so taking this step is not the implication of saying that it is morally inconsistent, is absurd in the extreme. The position that I've taken in the past decades in Nigeria is a sacrificial position, right? I didn't make myself the DG of this campaign. Neither did I make myself the Southwest coordinator of the campaign. You know, it came out of a reputation, out of my own belief of what is good for Nigeria. I mean, okay, let's include the co-consul. Of the 4 presidential candidates or presidential tickets, which one do you think? Let us speak candidly. I'm not talking about cynical, as you say, somebody can win, somebody cannot. Which one of the 4 presidential candidates will you say objectively is in the interest of Nigeria? None of them is balanced, right? 2 of them contradicts the idea of nation rule, which power rotation is expected to promote. The other one cynically, went for the same faith ticket, Muslim ticket. Is that in the interest of Nigeria? No. You know, so why should I find it difficult to now go for that, and then say that I'm being bad, or you know, being drawn back by a senatorial ambition that I have? I think it's fairly irresponsible of me. I've taken a very conspicuous public position, you know, on who should become the next president of Nigeria. It's unambiguous. In fact, the first, anybody, well, those who have spoken to, well, anybody who, if you go by that criteria of where this man has stood, you know, shouldn't ask me that question, should not ask me a question about morality or where I stand. It is clear cut. It's on.
Those of you who have never been stable, you move from PDP to here, you move from here back to PDP. Those of you who made campaign in 2015, telling Nigerians if they vote for PDP, they are voting for insurgency. If they vote for PDP, they are voting for corruption. Wait, all of us will reply. We'll tell Nigerians, this thing you said, how far? What is system now? Is it the same PDP or a new PDP? I'm not out. I'm not out.
Wike, don't mind them. 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 Oh, don't mind them.
Maybe I like.
Or should I introduce Wike properly? Because we are going to go to Wike, who is also saying he will do everything as well to make sure that Atiku, like deliberate, right? Atiku, if not by fire, by force, he go have to remain in that Dubai. Are you with me? So let me introduce Wike officially, because I don't think it's right just to make it look like a glimpse. Give me 1 second. So officially, we're a Wike.
Some people think say you dey do juju.
Is this a joke? They will never go free.
Them dey bone face oh yeah, that would them dey bone face for. Easy body yeah, so wicked they walk oh.
You know, as I'm watching you on television now, they paint them. That is all. And they sweet when they see me appear like this, they paint them. And I promise them, I'm here to bury them.
I see they paint them, they sweet us. I see they paint us, they pray. When you say I see they paint them, they sweet us. I see they sweet us, they go they pray. I see they paint them, they sweet us. Face me and face you.
Every morning, every afternoon, every night, weekend, every time, weekend. Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Allow weekend to
A biggie man, a biggie man, a biggie man, a big.
A biggie man, a biggie man. Anyway, let's go to Wike side. This is 2023. In 2022, where the Wike promised us a showdown in 2023. And according to him, he's not been asking for too much after being played by the Atiku's national political trick. And he saw the betrayer firsthand, and the people who betrayed him are bold-faced. And according to him, they are not done. They continue to undermine him. And they were even promising they will send him to jail. For the fact that they are promising to send him to jail when Atiku could become your president, Wike don't lose arm. So this is 2023. There are some few things I should probably bring to your notice or to your conscious reminder so that when things begin to unravel this year, don't forget how they all started. Now, where the Wike met with his team, first thing first, where the Wike's policy is that agreement is agreement. So therefore, if you agree, According to him.
It's only those who like us who will like them. You do for me, you do for me, you push me.
That's his policy. Do you understand? So far, so good. They believe that Atiku is trying to play smart. Atiku is a northerner, a Fulani northerner, who is also angling to succeed the current Fulani northerner. By what Nigeria is, that is going to be a problem if that should happen. It won't bring any unity. Yeah, the criminals may be united to get their own share of the loot, like APC, Egbekegbe are doing right now. But it will never bring any unity to Nigeria. In fact, yeah, that thing you are thinking, it will help facilitate or accelerate the breakup of Nigeria. That's exactly the job APC is doing as well. Nigeria is so divided, trust buried. They don't even have the template of idea of how to, something that could bring everyone back to where we were before, where everybody still they pretend. Nobody is pretending anymore. We're just waiting for the time. Bam, bam, bam. You just don't know where you're going to wake up to. You may wake up to Biafra tomorrow. This is 2023. Prepare your mind. Right? So APC, Egbekegbe, even upon all that, they still choose Muslim tickets. They are now trying to ram that down the throat of everybody. Now, if they succeed, that is not going to bring unity to Nigeria. It's never going to bring peace. They are all catalysts to the eventual breakup of Nigeria markets. Yes, they will use force. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be more violent. But look at them today. Look at what they have done. Look at what they have done in 7 years, 8 years. Okay? The last time everybody in Nigeria got so provoked, right? That war broke out. That was 1967 to 1970. So if you have to say the war ended and the Cold War began, okay? The war ended in 1970 till now. That's 52 years. 52 years minus 7 years. That's going to be like 45 years. But for 45 years, they lied to everybody. APC exposed all that lie, and everybody now know where they are. They know where they belong to right now. Do you think they have any idea or template of how they're going to take you back to pre-2015? I don't think so. Now, APC, Egbekegbe is not slowing down. They have not done anything wrong. What have they done wrong? We've not done anything wrong. Everybody is just jealous. Now, election go judge. And it's not an election. You know that. It's not an election. It's just going to be who is going to rig themselves out most. Whoever outrig one another, whoever the biggest outrigger, then that person will become the one that will say, we have won for Nigeria. They are not winning for you. You know that. Anyway, APC is trying to ram that down your throat. So the Obidients, who are already tired of the entire system according to them, no, we not go agree. APC, PDP. Some of you have no idea what you are up against, or you do have an idea of what you are up against. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'm the one who don't know how prepared you are for this. Some of you are saying this is your last chance. If they will go kill you, maybe they kill you. Baba, I envy you. But that 2023 where you talk about 6 months ago. Now that 2023 we did so. If death come, value them very well. That's the point. Because eventually it's going to happen. A lot is going to happen. Don't pretend that you have no clue how they all started. So over the weekend, when the weekend was talking about his meeting with Kanu in London, okay? Now, it was kind of upset, like, why are you worried about the meeting? Kanu was in London, okay? It's been confirmed. It was in London the same time the G5 people were in London. But Kanu is now in Mecca. I'll take you there soon. Don't worry. Where the wiki was like, what's your business? If I meet anybody, if I meet anyone, I will take pictures, which is true. But this particular one, you won't. No, you won't. Just like Atiku won't take any picture with those APC governors from northern Nigeria. He's been meeting in Dubai as well. But a lot is going on. They are negotiating over your head and your future. Some of you have no idea. They look like zombie here and there. The day where they go pay, they go say, yeah, they charge you. Anyway, don't worry. When the UK said, what's your business if I met anyone? Like, what's the
that meeting with so and so? What is their problem assuming that there was a meeting? Has Atiku not been holding meeting with governors of APC? Ask him. Ask he's in Dubai. Don't you know what's going on? So, why do you bother about us? G5 that you say you can win without us. Leave us alone.
She's your mama born and never sabi. She's your papa born and never sabi. She's your mama born and never sabi. We can show them the way.
We can show them the way. I'm waiting for that announcement. Obasanjo don't make his own announcement. And from what we were told to, sure you get, that's something about Nigerian and the Nigerian politicians and their politics. When you hear something, they say, nah, rumor, oh, nah, rumor, you know, it is a lie, it's a rumor. Then it will happen. Right? And they will say, what's the big deal? Okay, everybody would start acting surprised. The news having calm down. Not they give us that kind of vibe, yeah. So when Wike met with Tifnumbu in London, and immediately after that, just like it was in sometimes in April, okay, where Kanu was in Mecca, and then and today he was in Mecca, right, where he went there to pray, and he took this picture. I think there's some family who met with him to greet with them in Saudi Arabia, Mecca, where Kanu is currently praying, okay, to what do you call it, to Almighty Allah, that this is 2023, we don't enter 2023, oh Baba God. I don't understand what in Buhari they do. Every time we told him that this Emefiole is going to make it difficult for us to move cash with all this nonsense he's doing, but Buhari is not giving me the clear answer. We are asking him about these beavers. What are we going to do about these beavers? So that all these people who are believing that their PVC could do anything, Buhari is not telling, is issuing a press statement telling people that if they see anybody that rig election, anything, may they shoot them or kill them, blah, blah, blah. So we'll go pray, as some of you are back home saying, God, I beg you, antibacterial. Some of you believe that whatever it is right now, even if you know if you afford anything, you will try to get yourself a common sense and get yourself this tablet. God, I beg, antibacterial. Sure you get. Anyway, going forward, with Wike back home, is not just talking about those the cheating, what they did to him. With Wike is talking about what he said is the intention of those around Atiku who are just coming to come and milk Nigeria, sell you off, blah, 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 all those things, sha. But this is somebody who is saying that from within, as somebody from within, trying to pretend that he cared about you. But somebody visited him before this statement. I'm going to play you one, okay? And this is the guy they sent. Baba, come now. No, we'll settle this thing. Life not too hard like this. Here you get a night before this meeting, where they caught with Wike having his own motivational, motivational speeches with his foot soldiers. One evening like that.
I told them, Ibas is a quiet man. He's a Christian, born again Christian. I am not a born again Christian. I'm a Christian, but not a born again Christian. I told Ibas when they slapped me, I told here. Me, if you slap me here, I don't know what I will survive the other one. I'll blow your head off.
If you push me, I'll push you. Touch me, I will touch you. Right?
You get that? He's a Christian, but he's not a born-again Christian. If you slap him this way, it will blow your head off. And I think that's exactly what he was doing when he started telling the Riverians that, let me tell you what's in the ground. My open book. Do you have the time to listen? With Wike, just about 48 hours ago, when they returned, the G5 returned from London. If you don't mind, please listen.
As I speak to you, the total money paid, 100% on that road, we are not paying a dime, 13.7 billion. Hold on. We awarded Bonny Nembe Villa Road, Villa Jetty, 3.2 billion. As I speak to you, we have paid in 3.2 billion. Marine Base Jetty, we awarded 3.9. We have paid in 1.1 billion. 10% job only done. Now, under the Unity Opobo Road, the total sum after the one award by the totally in our government, 20.8 billion. We have paid 18.7 billion. Job done, 61%. Meanwhile, we have paid 90%. Waji Aneto, Anesa Refinery Road, awarded at the cost of 11 billion, paid 5.8 billion. Now, if you add everything we have paid, out of a 50 billion naira job, we have paid 43.9 billion. Now, second is what you want me to do. Second is what you want me to do. Mention any state in this country that you merely supported somebody and the person appreciated and said, do this. So you can't be my benefactor. You're not the one who made me governor. For you to make me more governor, you must be the one that sponsor the election, is it not? Yes, sir. So how much? For you to be able to sponsor me to be governor. So you are deceiving Nigerians. Rather, I should be a benefactor. How am I a benefactor? When the issue of national chairman came, people like Sudan Lamido, all of them oppose you that you should not be national chairman. Oppose you that you should not be national chairman. I said, no, you will be. Adie Sakibo, Osnobara, John Sakibo, Lee Meba, Telasnomeha, all of them met and said you should not be national chairman. I called a meeting in government house. Chief Abu said, you are here. Fred Alababa, you are here. Party chairman, you are here. Most of you. I called a meeting. As they said, look, time has come when we must have to build ourselves and trust each other. This period is not a period of this man who can't trust him, this, no. When I said so, it's okay, he never stood up and said he's disappointed in all of you. Is it what we agree? That's what he asked them. Is it what we agree? We say we're going to Tobaga, second we should not go. I bought the state aircraft. I made sure everybody stepped to that, nobody ran, even though from the southwest. So I'm your benefactor, he can't be my benefactor. You must tell people the truth. And the question I asked was that every job that was given to you under orderly, to the people of Andoni, mention one. Only study 8 years, gave me job as state party chairman. To your people, mention one that has been completed. Instead of you to answer, you say, I must not be in office for. Don't I know that I have 8 years to be in office? 2 years ago, I left the government house. If I want to remain in power, I will have gone to run for Senate. I'm not like you. You wanted to be national chairman first. To impose your nephew or cousin, as you may call him, to be governorship candidate of PDP. I said, don't here, don't work. We want to kick you out first. And we did.
Of course.
And you're out. I want to kick you out first. I see you telling people that nobody has power to expel you except Ned. Hey, that's what is the court matter now. It's you and court. October 23rd, 2023. It's not me. When you visit there, you speak the grammar. But for now, did you complete your tenure? If they have no power, why didn't you complete your tenure? You are not the National Convention. So tell people the simple truth. Oh, I didn't say no, you know, nobody in our house that don't have skeleton. I'm not talking about skeleton. What is skeleton? 2008, you took me to EFCC when I was chief of staff. Did I not defeat you people? I defeated you people. You took me. I won you down to Court of Appeal. So what is all this? What I'm saying, you can't speak for Rivers people.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Can I speak for Rivers people? Yes. Why can I speak for them? I have defended Rivers' interests several times. You have not defended Rivers' interests. That is the issue. And therefore, no Rivers man will listen to you. You were a minister. I said, what did you bring down for Rivers people? That will make Rivers people to not listen to him. So while he was a minister, see what we benefited. That is the issue. Ask me, when I was a minister, what did I bring? That Rivers State should listen to me. A, B, C, D, E, I did.
So they pay attention, or make sure you are paying attention as they will begin to dig themselves and drop themselves out there for whatever it is. We are still waiting for that announcement, like I said. However, there is actually more. There's more. Okay, so we expect Wike to make his announcement, and I bet, apart from all these things, right? I think Atiku and gang somehow are still trying, because you see, there was a time that Autumn, they were with Wike, stressed out.
Came here for politics. I said I came here to see my brother.
We're here to share with ourselves, and especially that today is 31st of December, is the end of the year 2022. Today we're going to go to 2023, and we shared among ourselves how can we best add value to our government, how can we best add value to our people, how can we do things that we help add value to our country, Nigeria. And if there are any issues in the past which we have done wrong, we look at it and say, look, let's forgive one another and move forward. That's it. No, those are private issues now. They are private issues, not anything more than that. They are private issues. So
you are aware that Governor Tom and I and some of my colleagues traveled, and Governor Tom, when he heard he was coming, I said, let him wait and let us meet. Private relationship politics is not what should divide brothers and divide friends. Everybody knows my relationship with Udom, and we'll continue to maintain that relationship. We may have different political affiliation or thinking. That should not, divide or create
the brotherly love.
The brotherly love or create a gap. So, like he said, all of the spirit of the birth of Christ and all going to New Year, they need to continue with that relationship as brothers and friends. So anything politics were not part of that discussion. Nothing politics was discussed at all. Thank you.
If it's all about the season of forgiveness, no politics or the rest, well, you don't believe that, do you? Better, you don't believe that. Oh, it was still all about this. I'm showing you the faces of these actors that are going to determine and decide what is going the event that will lead to what will happen in this 2023. But if they say now season of joy, all right, maybe we should just quickly go and dance with Bokwari of Aba. Have you seen this before? Bokwari of Aba. Festive period, they called it. Just in the spirit of festive season, okay? But you know that's not true. But I have a few reminders, just so, as you are entering 2023, there are some lies. I see. Oh, sorry. Go create one. I want it down, beg you. There are some propagandas, lies, sponsored by Nigeria, as well as their affiliate, especially on what is going on in Eastern Nigeria. Me, I like holding on to something. When I see politicians barely tell the truth. You know that. When a politician says the truth, it is a mistake. They will do everything to correct that mistake and take that back if they can. I am Mayegun, and my platform is called the MaiyegunsDiary Politico. Politico that is recorded in a diary, digitally and otherwise. There are some lies they told you. They've been telling you them. Some of you have been carrying these lies year in, year out. As you are going into as you are now in 2023, I just need to remind you, Biko, Dakun, Negodu, see, Sha, please. What are these lies? IPOB is not a terrorist organization. IPOB is not responsible for the insecurity in Eastern Nigeria. IPOB has nothing to do with unknown gunmen. Every violence and propaganda they have told you all this while, the lies have sort of so much repeated and repeated again and again, and some of you believed that. This is 2023. Don't come in with them. Are you with me? Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. Right now in Nigeria courts, all the cases brought against Nnamdi Kanu, he has defeated Nigeria. These are facts. And as you are watching this video, it is also a fact that Nnamdi Kanu by law cannot be tried in any court in Nigeria. That's what your law says, not me. It's not me. Okay? Your court says Nigeria must return Nnamdi Kanu back to where they got him. Do the right thing before they can then present him to any court in Nigeria. They can't try him anywhere. They can't even try Nnamdi Kanu for any crime right now. That is also a fact. If you don't believe me, I know I told you you don't believe politicians because they hardly say the truth. But would you remember that the man that has spent so much on killing the Igbos, especially opening the gate of hell to the terrorism that is happening in Eastern Nigeria today, the single person that I personally did so much to remind all of you, and with facts too, that the moment Hopeless Uzodingba or Uzodinjo became the Supreme Court governor of Imo State, it was like the open gate of hell. Eastern Nigeria became the pilgrimage for the repentant terrorists that are now wearing Nigeria army uniforms with Nigerian arming guns. Hopeless Uzodigba. But if that same person says, IPOB is not responsible for everything going on in Eastern Nigeria, it is the truth that came out. You can say by mistake on this platform. It is on record. A flashback to this.
Is the one killing people in Oluzon. It is not correct. Wicked politicians are sponsoring the killings in Olu. Last week in Oberuru, the APC World Chairman was killed in his house. The APC Secretary was killed in his house. APC Woman Leader was killed in his house. I have cross-checked since the inception of this banditry. Not one PDP man has died. Not one PDP man, his house has been attacked or burnt. So it is very clear to me that these people are after APC. I am sorry for those who will come in a very naked daylight and want to be after government. Only a weak government can allow that. It is my hope that the people who are doing this will use the period of Easter and they repent. If they don't repent, government will come all out. I have decided to say this because the people behind this are also carrying the blackmail. They are the one that will kill. They are the one that will come out to blame government. They think we don't know what they're doing. I think their cup is now full.
I just thought I should remind you, there are many other propagandas already in stock for you for 2023. They always come like normal news. They come through so many mediums. You feed on them. Your conscious, your mind continue to process them. Events happen. You have to link them together and just to justify these propagandas that are not being proved in any of their own courts. All of those things you have read, all of those things happening there. Some said it's just making Nnamdi Kanu's case worse. Yet none of this is presented as any evidence that link any of these activities to the IPOB. Now, I know what you have heard. Of course, I've heard them too. And I have done my own part to say, if you dig deeper, you can see the hand of the criminals telling you the story. You can see their hand behind, crafting the real story and putting up the action or actors behind it. This is 2023. Please try as much as you can to feed less on their lies, because there will be many, and you will barely be able to differentiate them. I hope you'll be able to survive them. For those who know the truth, no matter the propaganda, they will continue to ask that an innocent man that has been denied justice should be let go. You can't be asking for peace, unity, progress, love, and all those things that they always love to drop in their speeches. Politicians, oh, you can't just be saying all those things. While injustice, inequality, and tribal profiling. You see, when they say, some people are racial, like racist. Have you visited Nigeria? Have you lived in Nigeria? Are you a Nigerian? How dare you be so hypocrite to deny yours? Do you want to call it ethnicist, tribalist? Call it racist, because ordinarily, they will say, oh, blacks are the same race. You haven't visited Nigeria. You should. An innocent person where they have cooked so much lies. Innocent people have been killed just to stop the whose ideas, whose ideas, whose time has come. And even in their own court, they couldn't prove anything. Upon all of that, you might have bought the lies. The real indigenous people are not buying it. They are still demanding, let him go.
Viewers worldwide, this is the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in Ohafia, Abia State, on a peaceful protest demanding for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. today, the 31st of December, 2022.
I just thought I should remind you. I always kind of prepare my mind, and when I see lies, propaganda, I could read through them by checking the source, who is sharing them, and all of that. I could easily tell 2023 is pregnant. Some people are predicting what kind of delivery is going to be like. On MaiyegunsDiary Political, I love putting everything on your table. Do my best to analyze each point and allow you to process them. At the same time, let time deal with the rest. I've done the same right now, and I want to say thank you for being part of it tonight. I am thinking maybe I should take calls. Then I'm also thinking today is first. We could probably do that some other time. However, if I'm going to take calls. Now, if you're watching me on YouTube, where we have a lot of us tonight, you should please, like the video, okay? Like it, share it, and still, if you are watching me on Facebook and you are not following me on YouTube, okay, I think you should, all right? So I've got something nice I'm going to give it to some of you this week to say thank you for being part of my own story too. Thanks for being part of our community as well. And as we do, or we have been doing in the past couple of months, so we will be doing the same thing this week. So all it's going to take is that go on to my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, you know what I mean? Drop your offering. We were almost at 2,000 of us earlier, but we've only had just few of us who actually dropped their own offering. That is like the video. It doesn't cost anything. So I am going to take calls, but taking calls means that I am going to go and have a refill. When I get a refill, when I come back, I'll start taking calls and we can have a chat for like about half an hour, and then we can call it a night. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. And thanks so much, by the way, for your time. Thank you very much, everyone. I have I know I have a caller on the line, by the way. So here we go. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You are my first caller in 2023. How wonderful.
Thank God, dude. Thank God.
That's a good one. Right?
I'm
you are my
so
first caller in 2023 on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. That's a record.
Wow. I deserve an accolade.
I mean, so your name and where you're calling from for the sake of our listeners, please.
Yeah, Idris from Ijebu.
Idris from Ijebu. Fantastic. So, Baba, you are live. Everybody can hear you. And I bet you have one or two things you want to add tonight, yeah?
Yeah, as always, I keep learning every day, and I thank God for being on this platform, and I thank God for being a member of Temple of Truth, because I keep saying that Mayegun Politico, it's broadened my mindset about everything around me, both in Nigeria and both in diaspora. There are a lot of things that I don't even know. Even now, to shock me now, I'm in Nigeria, but I don't even know that Obidients has even endorsed Peter Obi, because this morning today, I was truly engaged, so I didn't even have time to go to Peter to check.
So which means that you always believe that whatever is happening, if Mayegun is live tonight, I will catch up shining.
I know that Mayegun will always give me the real thing. So thank you very much, Mayegun. I really appreciate.
Thanks, man.
And I don't know what to say, but I am one of the first callers, because to be sincere,
there is something on my mind. There was something on my mind. Yeah, I didn't know that was going to be tonight. Okay, I didn't know I was going to take calls tonight. I had it in mind that whoever called me first, in 2023, if it happens to be from Nigeria, like back home, that person will automatically win for himself an automatic 50,000 naira. So you happen to be that person. That's why I said you. That's why I kept repeating.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I kept repeating. That, you're my first caller. You're my first caller in 2023. Your name.
Thank you, very good. Thank you very much. Sir.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And I'm happy as well
that
you actually the winner happened to be somebody who has always been consistent on this platform. Okay, so that's for you.
Thank you.
So work out how that's going to get to you. Be my first caller.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful. Thank you. So I'm just so happy.
Anyway.
Even
happy New Year. Don't worry. Let me let you go and probably after the call.
Just 10 seconds, sir. Right. I want to wish you happy birthday in advance, sir.
Yes.
Happy birthday. Because happy birthday in advance.
I'm going to be 39.
Yes, I'm a January 15th. I'm a January 15th in the next 5 days.
Bless you.
Again, in the next 5 days, I'll clock a year. So, I'm happy birthday, sir.
You just got your birthday gift, just like that. So, nice one, eh?
Thank you very much.
Enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right.
Brother, nice one, eh? Let me take another one, okay? So, it's true. People will begin to remind me now that my birthday is coming. That's true.
Hello, Baba.
Ekale. How are you, sir?
I'm láti location 419. Kanu lèmi wà, but ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú lèmi. Ọmọ Ìṣàn eré mi wà.
Tó.
Ilé mi wà. Àlàáfíà ara wa ò wá kú ọdún àkú èdú o. Mi aṣọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ o. Program mi that she last, that was on the 30. In fact, mind mi dàrú ìgbà tí mo gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. But ìgbàgbà tí mo wá tún wá wo People's Parliament lánàá. Tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi tí mo wo People's Parliament lánàá. Inú ọkàn mi tún wá balẹ̀ pé tó. Kí ni ìtọ́?
Possible, yes.
Yeah. tó ọlọ́run àgbẹ̀ ọlọ́run àníkún lè ṣe sí èbúté òfò nítorí èmi ti pẹ́lẹ̀ haúsá o mo ti pẹ́ Kanu 50-something years tó àpapọ̀ máa dúpẹ́ mi ní ṣá ẹ ṣeun gan akú àlàjẹ ọdún aṣọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ bá mi kú
àsìkò ọdún la wà yìí ń sìn yìí ká dúpẹ́ pé ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ èmi làjá
wàhálà bẹ́ẹ̀ni
tí ó kàn máa bá wọn rí 2023 báyìí tí ò ní rí ẹgbẹ́ a máa rọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ God bless you sir ẹgbẹ́ bá ọmọ ìjẹ̀bú kan ti wà pẹ̀lú wa ẹ sà.
mo ti wà pẹ̀lú láti ìgbà lockdown yẹn tó máa ń fún wa ní 1 gig for 500 naira kákan gbọ́ program ní tẹ́mọ̀ òun la fi ń kàn tó mind wa ń gbà yẹn pé a máa ṣáà kúrò lóko ẹrú yìí ìjọ kan a máa kúrò lóko ẹrú yìí ẹ ṣeun gan mo dúpẹ́ à kúrò lágbára Ọlọ́run.
power agbára wà nínú nọ́mbà fáwọn tó bá mọ ìwúlò ṣẹlágbára tó ṣì ń bọ̀ tó máa jẹ́ kó fún gbogbo wa ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ pé ọmọ nípẹ́ kúrò níbo kíní ìmọ̀ òun la fọgbọ́n ń bí
gbogbo yẹn sórí ni ọwọ́ èèyàn wa tó kàn ń ṣe bí ẹni tí kankan ọpọlọdà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ta sí lọ́pọlọ wọn ló ń fún wa ní setback ìkíní yìí ó yí but àìgbọ́ra wa yé náà ni àlàyékíní yẹn ó máa ń bá fún mi gan pé báwo lọ́wọ́ èèyàn ṣe wà dáìtì tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà sí tọwọ́.
a máa replace mind hope àwọn èèyàn a máa fún ọ ní nǹkan tó máa fún ọ ní new connection ẹ máa wò wá lọ́sẹ̀ ẹ máa wò wá lọ ẹ máa wò nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dún yìí ẹ máa wò lọ láti oṣù yìí gan fúnra rẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run ní fi ẹnì kankan wá ṣàwátì gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá máa dé sí orílẹ̀-èdè wa wọn ní fi wá ṣàwátì.
God bless you sir.
ẹ ṣeun gan I'm very grateful. First time calling you but mo ti wò yín sí for more than 3 years.
Amazing.
Wàhálà ìdórí ẹ̀ gan mo lọ. Mo struggle mo lọ ra smart TV sínú ilé every Sunday báyìí àbí lálẹ́ mo ti ń sáré bọ̀ láti ọ́fíìsì máa wá gbọ́ program yìí.
And I'm happy to finally answer.
Thank you. Okay, ẹ ṣeun gan.
All right, sir. Nice evening. Happy New Year. Sorry, sometimes when people listen to me, when you are watching us, sorry, my caller, sometimes you'll be thinking I'm speaking over my caller, right? But here is the problem. I am still trying to figure it out. When people are calling from Nigeria, the conversation is a little bit delayed for the caller, right? To the point that when they say something, or if I say something, it takes a little bit of seconds for them to hear what I'm saying. So by the time what they are saying and mine clash, it will just look like we are talking over one another. I always do my best to avoid this, but sometimes it's happened. So don't always think I speak over people. It's just that I don't know how to really fix that, all this voice jump. And it's mostly from people calling from Nigeria. So, hello, my caller.
Hello, my good general.
Hello,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. The Prince.
Yes, sir. This is Prince Jejeman.
Prince Jejeman from London. How are you, sir?
Baba, I'm fine. Are you?
Well, I'm here. I made it. So you make it as well. So yeah, we are here. Day one.
Thank God. Thank God we are 2023.
We are in 2023 and we're going to see many more.
The year of Orishirishi, you know?
Year of pregnant year of Orishirishi. I like that.
I tell you. Now, Mayegu, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you know.
Thank you.
What you are doing, you know, you've been feeding us. We don't know how to thank you. We don't know the kind of gift, you know. Is there a car or private jet that we use to make a present to you? I don't just say, no, that will be enough. So thank you.
I have the best gifts, Prince Jejeman. I think I have the best gifts, just like my old man told me when he said, being honest, being sincere, and always try to always be human. Finally, being truthful. That's the most, you know, being honest. Like he said, that may not win you many friends, but it didn't say it will likely. It said it will win you real friend. It didn't say true friend. It didn't say loyal friends. It didn't say you know, trusted friends. It said true, real one. You know what I mean? Real friends who should come with all that qualities. And I think I have real friends. I can't pretend. I do have real friends.
Yeah, secondly, Baba, I want to thank our lioness in the house, the princess, Princess
I think they
Balogun.
said we should be calling her Queen now. She's now Queen B of the Temple of Truth, or Queen B of the Yoruba Union.
Oh, lovely. That's a lovely one. I want to thank her and her team, because her team, we forget that there are people around her that made her to be
Actually,
that successful.
that did the job to bring all the success. We never forgot them. And I like the fact that you are mentioning them. So, go on.
Honestly, we want all of them to know that we love them as we love Princess. We love them all
as well.
They did a marvelous job. You can see the people. There was an orderliness, unbelievable orderliness. There's not, it's not like a thing of Nigeria. You see people rushing, carrying things, stealing them. Everything was in order. So in fact, they did a marvelous work. It was amazing.
You want me to tell you the one they're planning next? Thank God you said something about that.
Yeah.
Right? Princess and the Yoruba Union team back in Yoruba land, they are planning, right, to empower over 10,000 school children with at least 20 brand new and branded exercise books that will be up to 20 per child, and they are looking into possibly printing up to 500,000 copies of exercise books.
Wow!
See, if I tell you what they are planning, I'm still bringing all this up to our people. We are, as usual now. It doesn't mean that we have to get 500,000 copies, but that's our target. But you know something? If we don't get 500,000, we are going to get something. We're going to do it. People are going to see it and say, "Oh, we never thought it's possible. Oh, we could have done more than that number. Now you should have told us." The point here is that it's not stopping on what you have seen so far. If you know what they are planning, Baba, you will be more proud. I've never been proud.
That would be great. That would be great. And I also want to use this medium, MaiyegunsDiary, to call upon the Biafrans on this channel to also support. I supported, but I wish I have more to support. But as it goes on, I'm going to support more as the Lord provides, because this is a very good movement. It's a very, very good movement. Anywhere you see anything positive, it doesn't have to be your tribe or anything. Support it. Anything good.
Well,
that's what I'm calling on.
In fairness, to the Biafrans who have been friends of the Yorubas or the friends of the Temple of Truth, people like yourself, Kalu, Okpara, I have not seen him in ages. I've missed him. If he's ever watching, just so you know, bro, big bro, I miss you. These are the people on the Temple of Truth who have been very, very supportive of so many of our supportive agendas, supporting people that we don't know, reaching out to people that we probably will never meet, and then making impact in people that have never met us. So yeah, Biafrans have never left out, and I've been very, very, very grateful. Anyway, Prince.
That's good. That's great. That's great. Finally, Maiyegu, I want to remind Malami that Nnamdi Kanu, we have been advocating for them to leave Nnamdi Kanu, to free him.
Yes.
The whole world has said that they must leave Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally.
That's true.
I want to remind Malami, because he is a Kauriara terrorist lawyer. He must know that anything that happened to Nnamdi Kanu, as it is today, Nigeria is not existing in our memory. We can only see nepotism, Fulani government, So if they want a generational war with Biafrans, then now they should be very, very careful about Nnamdi Kanu. If they don't want a generational war with Biafrans and the whole world, because UN has told him, because he's a mad lawyer, the whole world has told him to leave Nnamdi Kanu alone.
I mean,
I've time without number, we have been telling them, we IPOB, we are all over the whole world. And we are not afraid. They have been kidnapping us, they have been killing us. The whole world is aware of that. So there is special. The judgment day is coming. You know, time will come. They will the Biafrans they see today. They will see them no more. That is a guarantee from heaven and on earth, because their sin, their terrorism has reached heaven, not only on earth. The terrorism of the Frontline Janjaweed has reached heaven.
Has reached it,
you know. So I just want to put it on this diary so that I know they listen from our Astor Rock. They listen to your program, so they will hear it this night. You know, if they want to kidnap all the whole Biafrans, we are all over the world. We are available for kidnap.
I don't think they have the resources to kidnap all of you. You know that. They don't have the resources.
So that is it. So my good
displayed now. Normally, they will say IPOB cannot be seen anywhere because they are they are creating this or that, which are all lies. You saw them with their flags there. That's the IPOB.
God bless you. God bless you.
And they are not intimidated.
God bless you.
They are not intimidated. So if those ones in Nigeria are not intimidated, now you were there at diaspora, go can't they intimidated? So they don't have that resources.
God bless you. God bless you, Baba. I see that you've been always on the side of truth, and that's why you have a quality friend. And I guarantee you, God will continue to bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
My regards to your family.
And yours
Baba.
too.
Happy New Year.
And you, same to you. Thank you very much, Prince Jejeman. I have another caller on the line. Hello there. Can you hear me? I would think you should hear me. Except if my system is already acting up as usual. So if, okay, yeah, I think it's the connection problem. So I think you should keep trying and see if you will get connected easily this time. Sorry, I have another caller, by the way. Hello there.
So I think you should keep trying. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year, ma. How are you, ma?
Happy New Year. Àìsí ní Nàìjíríà mi ò jẹ́ kí n join princess. Olódùmarè á bá dáàbò bò tọmọtọmọ tilétilé. Ẹ bá mi káwọn ọmọ ní kí n yín ni mi sì fẹ́ gba àsìkò gbogbo mo ń lísìn sí gbogbo tó tẹ̀ ń ṣe. Mo ti ṣe kíní signing ṣùgbọ́n tí bí ohun
Telegram
owó ṣe máa wọlé yẹn.
Okay, tó lówó àbí ẹ̀kọ́. Okay, mo gbọ́ yín mà.
Mi mọ bí n jẹ́ mọ̀ pé etí mo máa ń sanwó sí ẹ máa ń bá mi
máa gbé sójú screen.
Tí mo máa
bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ẹ má
wọrí
mà. Àti ń dé ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan mà. Àti ń dé stage tó jẹ́ pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ìbéèrè tẹ́ ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi wọ́n máa ti láwọn tó ń dáhùn ẹ̀ wọ́n máa ti láwọn tó máa tọ́ yín sọ́nà wọ́n máa ti láwọn tó máa bá ẹni nǹkan tẹ́ ó ti sè ó ti kọjá pé Máyégún báyìí because nígbà yẹn máa rí pé oríṣiríṣi àwọn èèyàn tí a ti fi síbi tó yẹ kí wọ́n wà tó bá ń ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe mà inú tí yín gan ẹ wà more prouder because ó dàbí ìgbà tó yẹ pé tẹ́ bá fẹ́ pé GP yín sìn ẹ ti mọ nọ́mbà tẹ́ máa pè ṣẹ́ mọ̀ bá dẹ̀ gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ mo fẹ́ wá fún gidi bàbá báyìí ni o tó bá ti fún yín appointment ẹ ti mọ̀ pé máa rẹ́ni tẹ́ máa rí time yẹn báyìí fẹ́ set up kí ni yẹn nílé ni o lájò ni o ní pẹ́ débẹ̀ mọ́ mà má wọ̀rì.
Ok, kí ni telegraph yẹn ṣé báwo mo ṣe máa get
lórí fóònù yín ṣé àwọn pé lórí fóònù smartphone yín yẹn bóyá kí ló ti ń pè ṣe mọ̀ pé ó láìkè kí ẹ ní kí ni mo tẹ̀ mean ẹ mọ àwọn app tó wà lórí fóònù yín yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni
lórí normal fóònù yín tẹ máa ń lọ sórí ẹ bóyá fẹ́ lọ sí lórí YouTube ni o bóyá fẹ́ lọ check email yín ni o bóyá fẹ́ lọ sórí Facebook ni o ṣẹ́rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe báwọn fẹ́ ṣe rí yẹn ó ní ibì kan tí ẹ ti máa lọ download kan ìyẹn náà orúkọ ẹ ní Telegram. Check ma.
Telegram.
Telegram.
Okay,
Now,
Telegram.
tẹ́ bá type Telegram sínú search kìíní app yẹn, ó máa gbé wá. Ṣẹ̀wárí tó bá ti wá gbé dé, á sọ fún yín pé ṣé ẹ fẹ́ download ẹ̀. Check click
lórí download
ní app ni tó bá wá parí tó ń download tán.
Màá ní kí grandson mi bá mi ṣe.
In fact, tó ti settle gbà yẹn. Ṣé tó ń bá máa bá yín ṣe yẹn, tó máa set ẹ̀ up yẹn, ó lè lo phone number yín, mobile number yín as for set up. Ó lè lo email yín as set up. ṣé tó bá set ẹ up tán a máa pàdé lórí ibẹ̀ yẹn because nǹkan ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn gan màmá yẹn ń parọ́ fún yín inú mi dẹ̀ ń dùn tẹ́ bá láwọn ètò ti dìde tọ́rẹ́dì kìíní tó fẹ́ ṣe iṣẹ́ yìí lóòótọ́ orí yín gan awújù nǹkan tẹ́rí tí princess ṣe yẹn lọ.
Iṣẹ́ ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ mo wo gbogbo pláǹtì bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó fi dé Kwara ni mò ń wo mo dẹ̀ ń gbàdúrà Ọlọ́run gbàdúrà ẹ̀ kò ní ṣìṣe kò ní pàdé àgbákò gbogbo àwọn tó wà pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run máa bá dáàbò bò wọ́n lórúkọ Jésù. Màá ní kọ́mọ mi bá mi ṣe kí n tó download. Torí mo fẹ́ máa play part mi.
Yes ma. Yes ma. So ẹ má worry. Task ẹ bá ti tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kí tẹ́tí ṣe mọ̀ pé you have always been there anyway. Ṣe get ma, you have always been very interested in this nítorí pé kí ni ẹ̀ ń rí result nǹkan tẹ́yìn náà ń fi owó yín sí ẹ̀ ń rí tó ń ṣe ń bẹ̀ yẹn àìnú yín ń dùn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
A fẹ́ ṣe better tó jẹ́ pé ẹgbẹ́ ló máa ṣàlàyé àkóso ibẹ̀ yẹn kò ń ṣe individuals mọ́. Can you nice evening, yeah? Yes, sorry, my viewers, if you think, oh, why are you speaking Yoruba? You know, she's one of our, the Yoruba Union members, and she was asking some questions after showing some appreciation of what we have done in this past week or last year. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun. God bless you.
Oh, and you too. How are you tonight?
I'm blessed. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
And you and your family. I know. I'll go straight to the point. Well done. You see that all the job you're doing, and you and Princess, she's just like God sent. I saw all the work, and I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
And so I just thought, well, I know I'm not able to contact you personally, but what I saw clearly, because you went to different Yoruba land.
Yes.
But I think if you look at Ife, I can see the dynamic in Ife. You see, we Yoruba, we have a culture. When things are like this, we sing songs to pull us together.
Yes.
But I saw that particularly in Ife. I noticed that because Ile is this real tradition where you cannot take the spirit away. Yeah. That does not mean the other part of Yoruba land, they are not responsive. They do. But in Ife, you can see the tradition, you see, and the people believe in this. So what I'm thinking is, I know, Mayegun, you have a big heart, but the issue is you can only raise that much. It's a huge land.
I know.
So what I'm thinking is, I'm sure you are thinking along that line as well, without any doubt. But what I can see here is that maybe those packages you give to them. Yes. I think we should be able to have leaflets where your goals and the vision you have for them, that we can put them there. I don't know. It's something that we need to sit down and think through what you want to put inside that leaflet.
We did see what we did last time, before we went for that outreach, right? We added we printed about 6,000 stickers, right? You remember we were doing a billboard and all that before. So then we decided that let's go to something that is more mobile, that moves from one place to another, on cars, on bikes, even at home. So we printed about 6,000 stickers, right? So, and from that, I was told, before we went on this one, right? I was told that we had about 4,000 of them still left. Okay. How about when you are giving them those bags, we earn some of those stickers in those bags? Because that's what we had at hand, that we could really use then. But like you are saying, printing all we are planning to do in Yoruba will be a great idea as part of a well-prepared. But the last time, we put stickers. I think we spent, we shared over 2,000 stickers on that trip.
I'm thinking, you see, the purpose of the sticker may be different for what you're doing now.
Yeah, I get that.
I lost you. The purpose of your sticker may be different. But if you say that carefully, the package you're giving them is invitation to treat. And I like the way Princess come. He said, look, I don't want anything from you. Is how you are going to make the land okay for yourself and for your children. That's right. And that's the message. And that message is not only enough. I'm thinking we should look at problem we can solve immediately, which does not have to be you yourself, because you can only do that much for the land. But how we can organize the people to help themselves. For example, what came to my heart is, you see, Mayegun, the fundamental, the most pressing issue is food. You see, and people cannot go to farm, but they have land in the community. If we can bring technology to that place, let one group arrange themselves, agree through our own organization. We can do the planning here. They can organize themselves on the land. For example, some group can decide to grow some tomatoes. It germinates in 6 months. Right. Some group can decide to grow pepper on their land. They don't have to go to the bush. So anybody is going to kill somebody. They will come and kill them in the community. So all the safety, the guidelines, and then we can bring technology. You know, all the money you raise, if we put into technology, it will multiply on 10-fold, perhaps 100-fold. They can now exchange among themselves. So we teach them dynamics, how to look after their brother, to create that harmony and the love within the community. And we can replicate this solution in different states. Right. That's one of the things I want to say.
I mean, we are waiting for you on the Telegram. You know why I said that? It seems to be our ground where all ideas, right, are being held together, and somehow they are being sorted in a way that as a matter of priority. And yours sounds so good. Let me tell you what came to my own mind, which is part of the Yoruba Union plan that we are also putting together. Is that we have been offered on this platform before now. We have been offered plots of lands. Seriously, I mean, seriously, Baba. Some people have already said, I may not have a lot to give to you, but I've got this land along Ife Road, along this particular road, Osun State. I've got this particular one in Ikorodu. I've been told by people, I can say, up to 3 offers, which we said, as time goes by, we will eventually, if we have enough, we eventually have to cultivate some of them, as massive as they might be, and that's where the mechanized technology and all those things come in, okay? But you see, when you were talking about the community land being, you know what I mean? You know what came to my mind?
Yes.
As an organization, even if we don't have so much money, right? So much money to bring in technology like you are envisaging right now, we could improvise.
Yes.
Ask me how.
This is what I'm going. Is about improvising. No, not something big. Not something big. You know, there's something. Have you heard about greenhouse?
Well, I have.
Greenhouse, they can just have plastic, but because it's in the community, it's very small. People can, because it's small community. You know, people have their houses. So it's something that you say local, and then you have to teach education, and that thing can go hand in hand.
That's right.
You will take the children as they're growing. Nothing must come. And you know, children, when you talk to them, you tell them why you're doing it. They are very good at keeping an eye. So nobody can come from because it's in the community. The way where the people go and damage is out, farm outside the community,
towns and all of that.
So we know what we can grow within. You cannot grow things like yam or all those, but things like pepper, peanuts.
It's a great idea. Because honestly speaking, because it's not just going to be about us giving them fish. When we are giving all those fishes and we are talking to them, passing all those messages, at the same time we could be passing some very, very vital food production solutions. Telling them, like, you know what, you don't need all these big farms in order to grow your yam, to grow some perishable fruits and vegetables and all that. Here are the tricks.
Yes,
I love that. I do.
Yes, I tried to look for you on Telegram. I couldn't find you. So maybe
you don't look for me. Look for Yoruba Union.
No,
that's the name.
I know that's Yoruba Union. I couldn't find it now. That's why I said I should tell you.
You know what I'm gonna do? If you're on Telegram, right? You'll be able to find me. Okay, just search for @Mayegun or something like Olushola Badero, my real name.
Okay, I see.
Now, when you get that, send me a message. I can possibly forward you the link, and it's so easy to join. Very easy.
Okay.
Sometimes you can even observe for some time. Just look at the kind of conversation going on there. You know what I mean? There's so much. I've never been so impressed. All we are trying to do right now is to make sure that we are putting right people together who are willing to work together and process all these ideas that will become the base of all we are going to do. We believe if we can put all this and organize them well, we are actually going to succeed.
Absolutely.
I can feel it.
I feel it very strongly, actually. Can you mention something to you? You see, Princess, let her recruit. You know, she's taking names, but when you see people speaking, each place she goes, you can see a sign people who have that conviction. Let me say, I think women, I'm sorry to say, women are more reliable. They're not into politics.
Listen, I've said that here before. I said anything you want to do, if you really want to succeed, right? Give women lead roles. They are more emotional. They are more, this is not about them being women, like over time.
No.
Whatever they show interest in, that care, love for it, makes them so emotionally connected to it. And when they are connected to something, if it's for it to succeed, all you need to do is to give them all they need to succeed. They will succeed.
They will, Mayego. Is that tradition? Women want to see their children live.
Yes.
They do everything. Right from birth, they breastfeed them. Nobody wants the child to die.
No.
A man gives birth, a man will impregnate a woman, off he goes. I'm sorry to say, I'm not saying everybody does that.
Yeah.
But a woman, she will do everything to make sure the child lives. Look at
and whatever it takes.
Absolutely.
Guess something, right? A society that really invested in women. Look around you, right? They have been very, very, very successful. There are many everywhere.
Absolutely. Sweden, look at it.
Investing in women education, women training, empowerment, because women always pay it forward. They ended up investing it in the society. Directly and indirect. Baba, you see me and you can stay here all night. Let me take another one. You know what I mean?
I'll let you go.
Join us, please. Join us.
I will join you. Thank you. Please. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
And you too. Nice one, I'm going to take another call. And this, hello there.
Hello, at last.
Finally. Sir?
Finally.
Because when I wait for the first time, sorrow. Finally. And sorrow. You know?
Owó tí mo gbọ́ ló yẹ ẹran tí ń bẹ lẹ́nu mo sáré tú sínú àwo ni kó má tó sí lọ.
Ló máa kó jẹ́ wáyọ lẹ́mìí ká tó ṣe tán o. Ó jẹ́ máa ní owó mo ti lọ.
Àdúgbò lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Máyégún Ọlọ́run ní padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀.
Àmín sà.
Ó ti rin gba máìlì lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Tọ́lú dùn mí pé ìjẹta àbí àná àwọn èèyàn tí a jọ péjọpọ̀ mi ò ráyè wọlé torí àwọn èèyàn wọ́n fẹ́ nípa níbẹ̀ bọ̀ torí pé wọ́n ti bí ń sìn lórí òṣè kankan. Ǹgbọ́n láìsí wọn bí àdúrà tí wọ́n ti gbà fún ẹ yóò mọ ọmọ rẹ yóò mọ àtìrandíran rẹ. Ọ̀tá tó bá wá lóun ó gbógun ọ̀tá wà ó ẹ̀ ń bá wá lóun ó gbógun. Kìí ní lásán tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ fún wa náà ni ó sọ tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀.
Àṣẹ o, àwọn ni ó yọ akéré gbé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ti bẹ́ẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ takuntakun tẹ́ ẹ ṣe tá a rí láì ní parọ́. Inú ayé dùn sí, kìí ṣe pé inú àwa nìkan inú ayé dùn sí. Àwa náà ní ẹgbẹ́ tiwa. Látìgbà tá a ti kó ẹgbẹ́ wa jáde, a sì dá kan tẹ́ ẹ ṣe. Àìparọ́ fúnra wa. Ṣe ìdá kan rẹ̀ àti ẹ̀gbẹ́gbẹ́sẹ̀ rẹ̀ kéétì tèmi lèmi sọ yẹn o káwá tí wọ́n ti wà nílẹ̀. I'm sorry those who does not understand what I'm saying. Maybe sometimes I will say it but not today.
I want this English or some other but lálẹ́ yìí tẹ́ wọlé yìí o ẹ fẹ́ sọ bó ṣe wá sí yín lọ́kàn ni.
Ìránṣẹ́ ìwà èmi so mo gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó sink gidi gan. Lórí tẹ́ ẹ ṣe àwa náà tún péjọpọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Mo tún àfi àsìkò yìí sọ fún mo dàbí ìmọ̀ràn fún àwọn tí wọ́n fi rò pé àwọn wà níwájú àti lọ́kùnrin àti lóbìnrin mi ò ní dárúkọ ẹgbẹ́ àtàn bàbá wa àtàn kìíní àtàjọ jẹ́gbẹ́ torí kò sẹ́ńtẹ́ mi ó pè bàbá níbẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n mo fàsìkò pé wọ́n bàbá. Káà náà ó ronú ká yí padà kò tí ì pẹ́ jù kì í ṣe pé ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa ṣe ká darapọ̀ mọ́ tó ti ṣe tó ti ń yọrí sí rere ká darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn ìmọ̀ràn tí mo lè gbà wọ́n nìyẹn. Tí wọ́n bá náà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀
sí. Ìgbìmọ̀ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ lẹ̀ Yorùbá má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ lẹ̀ ní wípé tá a bá rí kùdìẹ̀kùdìẹ̀ tó ti fẹ́ kíkíní yìí mẹ́hẹ̀ àsìkò rẹ̀ tí wọ́n sọ pé àgbà ìlú àlọ́jà bàbá o kó tó ṣe bí òwe o.
Tí wọ́n bá ti láti bí ọdún mẹ́ta tí ọ̀rọ̀ kíní Yorùbá nation ti wà nílẹ̀ tó ká sọ pé ó tún jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ká tẹ bọ̀ nígbà tó wá di kíní báyìí tí wọ́n bá ti gbérù ìgbésẹ̀ yìí kò sẹ́ ní ìdí pa àwọn kágídí lójú títì à ń gbé kíní kan káàkiri tá a fi ń kówó jẹ. àwọn èèyàn ni ó wà máa bá wọn kì í ṣe páwọn ṣẹ̀tún lọ máa bá èèyàn àwọn tẹ́ ní tó gbé jáde tẹ́yìn Yorùbá parapọ̀ tẹ́ gbé jáde yìí wọ́n pinnu kí n sọ lóyìnbó pọ́n pé boomerang ni ó dá yí ó dọ̀run ojú òde ní tìyìn n ò ní dárúkọ pínṣẹ torí kọ́ ló ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ àti sọ di queen nìkan kọ́ ló ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀.
kọ́lọ́ wáyé kó wá mọ́ wa lẹ́nu because princess
yóò mọ́ wa lẹ́nu òun náà torí pé ti wà àwọn èèyàn ti mọ̀ sí princess òun náà gbọ́dọ̀ yà á lọ change ẹ̀ sí queen kó o lè ṣe ní queen princess. So ibi tí n ti ń gbọ́ mi gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Oòduà pátápátá kì í ṣe nílẹ̀ Yorùbá torí Yorùbá nìkan kọ́ ló ń jó Oòduà tó fi dé ilé Adó Òbíní tó fi dé Wọrí ní ti Ṣẹ̀kírì ibi tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ mi lálẹ́ yìí ìrántí Oòduà ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ máa sì Samson ẹ darapọ̀ máwọn èèyàn yìí àti rí tí wọ́n ṣe èyí ò sọ pé mo fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan wọ́n ṣe nǹkan lógún ọdún wọ́n ṣe nǹkan wọn ò sọ pé kíní báyìí tá a fojú rí ni ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn mo mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn. àwa náà sì ń bọ̀ wálé àtúndọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn àwa òwúlé àwa lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tiwa fara á máa sọ̀pọ̀tì yín.
ẹ mọ ta fẹ́ ṣe ni bàbá mo fẹ́ kó jẹ́ pé irú ọjọ́ tí ẹ bá wá lọ lé ẹ wà dúró sí oríta níbì kan ní ilé ibi tí wọ́n ti bí yín ládàá àdúgbò tó ti bí yín ẹ wò sí ẹ wá pariwo pé Yorùbá nation tẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ̀ mọ̀pọ́n ẹnì kọ́kọ́ wà níbẹ̀ tó ń rí yín o àwọn èèyàn wa tú jáde irú Yorùbá nation tá a fẹ́ nìyẹn.
tá a fẹ́ nìyẹn
ta ló pariwo ń bẹ̀ yẹn ta ló ń pè wá tó ti tó yìí ni tó ti débi náà ni ó ti débi gbogbo àwọn tẹ̀lé ìwé lọ́mọ mẹ́mbà.
tí mo fi sọ pé àwọn ni wọn ló yẹ kán wá mọ̀ bá wọn kì í ṣe pé nígbà tí gbogbo èèyàn bá wá tú sójú títí tá à ń gbá ọkọ̀ tá à ń ṣépè fún ọba tá à ń ṣépè fún jóyè no níta iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wa ni ó pè wọ́n wá ẹnu wa ò ní pè wọ́n kò tẹ́ntẹ́nu lè ṣe ó ti àwọn olóṣèlú wọn ò fẹnu ṣe wọ́n fi ṣe ọwọ́ wọn ra gàrí wọ́n ra kíní wọn ó kó fẹ́ràn èèyàn ní iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ni ó pè.
ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà lẹ sọ pé tẹ́ẹ̀bà ní kọ́mọdé yìí sọ̀tà ẹ láti foyín sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìtẹ́fẹ́ fún yẹn kẹ́.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ má dáwọ́ dúró a wà lẹ́yìn yín gbangba a wà lẹ́yìn yín wọ́n tún mo tún fẹ́ kò yẹ kí ìyàsí lè ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n dọ̀gbọ́n tó jẹ yín kó ìkíní èèkánná kan kankan wà tí mo fẹ́ mo bẹ̀ ni mo bẹ̀ mi ò pa láṣẹ nǹkan kan wà o ti ń pa lówe o ti sọ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì torí tó jẹ́ kí a fi sọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ yẹn kíjọ́ ti sí ìwà ìwà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni but mo tá a fi ní pé ká sọ dìgbà mìíràn mo fẹ́ sọ ní gbangba mò ń kígbe ń sìn nígbà tí gbogbo nǹkan ti dàrú tí àṣírí ti tú yìí ọ̀nà tí wọ́n àwọn èèyàn bá yọ ni pé kán dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ èmi ń sọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìrántí Oòduà tí mo bá gbọ́ tí nǹkan kan bá dún páú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá yóò lẹ́yìn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni yóò lẹ́yìn.
yóò lẹ́yìn o yóò lẹ́yìn o èmi ń sọ ní ìsìn.
nígbà tẹ́ ń wo àwọn ìyá wa àtàwọn bàbá wa tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nínú àwọn fọ́nrán yẹn ǹjẹ́ ẹnì kankan nínú wa lè rò pé àwọn ènìyàn ń kọ́ wọ́n tọ́ sí ìlà yìí ṣẹ́ẹ̀rí ṣé báwọn bàbá yẹn tọ́ sí ìlà yìí lo wàhálà kan tó jẹ́ kó láti wá látọwọ́ ara wa kò yẹ kí wàhálà kan wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá látọwọ́ ara wa èyí tó kó wá bá wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àfẹ́ léwọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ kò túbọ̀dọ̀ jọ̀wọ́ tiwa.
àwọn èèyàn ò béèrè Máyégún àwọn èèyàn ò béèrè gbogbo owó tí wọ́n ti kó jẹ wọ́n wá nǹkan tí wọ́n ó fi bojú tó ṣẹlẹ̀ o pé kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ àgbèsè ìgbà tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ àti ibi tí ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ló kù pé kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ irọ́ ni ṣùgbọ́n mo sì tún sọ́ǹtìn àmọ̀lé yín àmẹ́bí yín ètò níyàwó àmọ̀yàwó ètò lẹ́rọ̀bìnrin àmọ̀ ètò lẹ́rọ̀kùnrin àmọ̀ ètò wà àwọn tó wà nílùú òyìnbó àwa ó dé bẹ́ẹ̀ àwa ti kọjá àwa ti wà níta ti pẹ́ àwa ti wà níta ti pẹ́ a sì ti ń ṣe sẹ́yìn ọjọ́ ti pẹ́ ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá gbé ọwọ́ kan a mọ̀ páwọn èèyàn ti wá owó tí wọ́n gbà nígbà kan tí wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n kó fún Biafra kì í ṣàìpé ebi o kì í àwọn tó tí wọ́n fún Biafra kó wá fi ẹ̀fọ́ wọn owó tí wọ́n kó jẹ ìyókù àyẹn náà ńgbà tí nǹkan ti dojúrú wọ́n sọ pé kán wá ṣiṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn wọ́n wá parọ́ mọ́ Fúlàní ṣé Fúlàní ló ṣe ẹsẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá ṣe kíní tí nǹkan kan bá dún kì í ṣe Fúlàní á wà wọn kan kékulé ó gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko àmọ́ àwọn tó wà ń jẹ o àmọ́ àwọn tó sọ pé kó fún IPOB o èmi bá IPOB fún.
kádì tí lè gbọ́rọ̀ òun ni wọ́n ṣe sọ létí ọmọ ẹ̀ o.
wọn ò kówó kankan fún IPOB ní wọn bá ló kówó fún Biafra èmi ò dárúkọ àwọn ọmọ tí wọn kówó fún wọn dẹ̀ jọ kó jẹ ẹni tó bá dúró nídìí fóònù tó wà ní yàrá rẹ̀ tí ń fún eyín tí ń ranjú tó ń ṣe nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kọ́mọ gbèdé lẹ́mí ò ní kí
ẹ má gbèdé lẹ̀
yìí akólólò ọmọ ti kìyà mi ni kó má gbèdé lẹ̀ ọmọ Ìbàdàn lè mi n ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ nǹkan kan tí ó sọ pé kí n kọjá kankan má ta lọ́jà bá n ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ nǹkan kan tí ó sọ pé kọjá Akẹ̀sán má ṣe ní mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ pé nǹkan kan má ṣe lÉkòó
kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀
àwa ti wà ń jíṣẹ́ ọjọ́ ti pẹ́ ẹ tó bá létí kó máa gbọ́ sí o nǹkan kan ò gbọ́dọ̀ dùn mo bẹ̀ ọ́ Máyégún jọ bá dọ́gbọ́n bá mi ṣe program lórí eléyìí kẹ́ mo mọ̀ pé kó tún sáǹdì ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo mọ̀ pé màá ṣe é wọ̀
tí ẹ̀ ń rọ̀ yóò ẹ̀ ń kanjú gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá ń bẹ láàfin Aláàfin òrebi kan sa èmi tí mo pè ní series èkíní èkejì kí n tó ṣe kẹta gan ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ti mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta gan ṣé ní ìdájọ́ ó máa ń kó bá dẹ̀ máa ṣe é jàre àti mọ bó ṣe ń lọ.
gbogbo ẹ̀ láti àti gbọ́ mìíràn lẹ́yìn àti gbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ ní evidence kọ́ máa jẹ́ kò sí but wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ torí pé wọ́n fẹ́ fi face saving wọ́n fẹ́ fi nǹkan bójú pé àti nǹkan kan dá rògbòdìyàn sílẹ̀ nílẹ̀ tiwa kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ o tàwọn tó lóṣèlú ń ṣe àmọ̀ bá ṣe yanjú tàwọn tó lóṣèlú ṣùgbọ́n táwọn eléyìí jẹ́ wàá lọ kó àwọn kan wá nígbà tí iná ti mú wọn tí ilé ti gbóná mọ́ wọn ní Imo tó ti gbéná wọn l'Anambra tí wọ́n wàá sọ pé ń bọ̀ wá sí Èkó tí wọ́n á ṣe kinní tí wọ́n wàá máa ṣe kinní tí wọ́n tó sáré padà síbì kan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀.
àbí kọ́ wá di nǹkan tó di pé wọ́n wá sọ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nation ṣe báyìí àwọn àmà sọ pé irọ́ kìí ṣe Yorùbá o DSS ni o kìí ṣe DSS o àwọn kan ni o àmọ́ irọ́ kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀.
ẹnkí ó rà ó san o.
kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀.
ẹnkí ó rà ó san o. ẹnkí ó rà ó san o mò ń kígbe o. mo ní sọ jù báyìí lọ.
ẹ nà àwí kòǹkò wọn ni pé kòkòkò làárọ̀ fa di tí èyí tá a sọ yà ń sàn torí wípé kì í ṣe torí nǹkan tí ó máa sáré ṣe lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ bí ó ṣe wípé bí ìbá ṣe ìbàjẹ́ tó máa padà damages rather mo ti ń sọ Yorùbá ẹ má bínú so mo ní another caller anyway hello there. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, General.
Oh, hello, sir. How are you?
Ẹ káalẹ́ o.
Ẹ káalẹ́ ń bẹ̀ yẹ o.
Ṣé wà dáadáa?
Àlàáfíà ni o. Ẹ̀yin kọ́?
Ṣé rí pé rẹ́rẹ́ ti ń rún báyìí?
Well.
Mo ní ṣé rí pé rẹ́rẹ́ ti ń rún.
Ó di pẹ̀lú irú rẹ́rẹ́ tí because rẹ́rẹ́ tó ń rún pọ̀ everywhere báyìí o. You are more specific one o.
Positive one leléyìí Yoruba Union ni mò ń sọ.
Abẹ́ẹ̀rí bó ṣe pé orúkọ yẹn kó wá dùn lẹ́nu pè ṣá lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta tàdé wá focus lè yìí. Ẹ kó jẹ́ orúkọ yẹn kan dùn pè lẹ́nu gan. Yoruba Union.
Máyégún.
Àwọn union.
Hello.
Yeah, mo ń gbọ́ yín.
Hello. Mo ti decide lálẹ́ pé a ní sọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba Union ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn ti fi Yoruba Union wọ́n ti jẹ́ kó prevail lálẹ́ yìí. Hello Máyégún.
Ẹ sà ẹ mọ kan ẹ má máa sọ ẹ̀lú yẹn ṣòye yín sìn ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ yín sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ yín lọ àjọ ń gbọ́ra wa bọ̀ṣẹ́ tẹ́ bá ń ṣe ẹ̀lú yẹn every end of your sentence yẹn ó máa dágbà tó yẹ pé ẹ̀ ń check ṣó ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ àbí kò ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀yẹn má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ṣẹ́gẹ́ sà.
Okay.
So mo wà pẹ̀lú yín loud and clear mo ń gbọ́ yín ẹ go on sà.
Check. Number 1 ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ màá wá táìmù láti sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ níjọ́ mi.
Okay.
Now, let me switch to English because of the people.
Because of those who are also listening, I know. Thank you very much, sir.
Somebody called me today. He called me from Europe. So, he was passionate about his town, that we have to reach out to his town, riverine area, side the Otani, to Jasi Badagry.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I never thought of this inspiration that came to me, which I want to share with you now. I'm already preparing the document. I will put it on Telegram.
Beautiful. Share with all of us.
So,
we are all ears.
And I want to share it in 2-3 minutes so that people can pick the fire from me because
Benny, I can lower link in Telegram to share that with people who are asking. So continue, sir. I can hear you.
Do you know, when I was talking with the person is in Europe, but for it, we can have online, offline engagement, like what Crownfield said, that we need community engagement.
That's right.
So somebody like us, Sabah select our Yoruba Union. Let's assume we have ni side Oduowa ni side Ota. Àwọn Sabah Yoruba Union tí wọ́n sí lérí àyẹ̀, they may be in Abeokuta, they may be in Lagos, they may be in Abuja, they may be abroad. Àwọn máa wà online. Then a máa ní resource center ní location tàbí reach out to see. Are you with me?
I'm with you, sir.
So something like a máa ti ní computer kan fún location kan, a máa ní generator, a máa fún wọn ní something like model tó máa fi ní internet access. So tó bá ti gather sí locality yẹn, wọ́n lè jẹ́ obìnrin, wọ́n lè jẹ́ àwọn àgbààgbà, wọ́n lè jẹ́ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ìlú. So somebody like Mayegun, like Princess will not need to live Lagos. You will be in Glasgow.
Yep.
So I'm communicate pẹ̀lú wọn through gadgets yẹn. Are you with me?
Loud and clear, sir.
I'm just giving you that tip. So with that one, I'm wanting serious community engagement all over Yoruba land. I'm need your more Luyen. You're in Europe with the He will partner with us for his area. If you don't get people in his village, people in his village are engaged. But I want to arrange event. He was even telling me, I low church, I low school. Money, I want to lo ma ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Wọ́n kó àwọn ìjọ, àwọn ìyá, àwọn bàbá, àwọn àgbẹ̀. So, wọ́n máa ní generator for locality yẹn. Wọ́n máa ní one laptop, wọ́n máa ní projector, wọ́n máa ní modem, wọ́n máa ní internet. So, we can now, for that locality, we can connect as many Yoruba Union who are not in that area all over the world.
Directly to the people.
What challenge àwọn ará àdúgbò yẹn? So Mayegun bá a ṣe máa pursue kìíní yẹn nìyẹn. So online, offline engagement, all the Yoruba land, we will reach out to them. Mo wá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn pé when we now see the people, we will tell them our program. We will enlighten them. After we have enlightened them, we will now know what are the areas we can intervene in their economy, in their economic life. We will now know how we can start from little way. Mayegun,
sir,
I'm telling you, God will help us to do great exploits.
I can feel it, sir. Emi gon feel it. You know, you and I, we have been having this chat in the last couple of hours when it comes to this kilo mashele kilo, and I've been telling you, I know there's so much running through your mind right now. But you and I will have a one-on-one chat on how to put all this step by step, one after the other, and get the right people to get some of this assignment done. So yeah, I can feel it. We have started. And a lot of people are already showing their encouragement to say, we can see what you are doing, you know. We can see your potential. We can see that there's so much that can happen through you to this whole movement that can change it. And that's our intention, isn't it? So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let me take another one. I have another caller. I have also shared the link. Everybody who is a Yoruba or a Yoruba friend who want to join us on Telegram, we don't chat there. Please don't go on there and start posting information. No, don't. You are not allowed to post there. Okay? But you are allowed to ask questions. You are allowed to raise points. And then you are also expected to add your ideas that is being all collated as we speak. Add them to what we intend to do. Don't go there and start copying and posting something. No. If you start copying and posting in that group, you'll be kicked out. It's against the rule. You as a member, you are not expected. Whether on a poster, whether it's a link somewhere, whether it's this or that, it's not WhatsApp. When you join, don't post anything there other than your question or your suggestion. It's so interesting. Sorry for keeping you waiting there. Yima, are you there?
Yes, I did, my brother.
Happy New Year. Yima, my brother.
Baba,
how are you? I do you as usual.
Bamiki Aralio, Bamiki Kofo, Bamiki Egbon Ade.
Yeah, Akinola. I cannot let go now. You know that now.
Bami Kigolaro, Jare, Baba. Bami Kigolaro.
Then Akinola, then Morisola, then Yewande. Papa, you going to 5. I be man.
You're an African. You're an African man. You're an African man.
Somebody will come look and say, you this boy. But which kind of disrespect is that? Don't bring that to 2023. Anybody looking at me and say, you this boy, you have I'm a man. I think I am a man. I have actually been a man.
No be matter of things. You be man, Baba.
I be man.
Let them mind all these Facebook warriors, all these eras very good. Just sit down for the comfort of their dirty rooms. They follow you in talk.
You man.
I did, my brother. I see una walk. Our work, sorry. The Yoruba Union work. Our work. Emi no wan be.
Where you?
Magboruko.
Now?
I dey support now. I dey support.
No, place, see, which what do you mean? Say, oh, ni be ni sin ni le ni. Abi, you are part of us. No. Where you are.
So I'm part of you guys that you guys don't know yet.
What do you mean we don't know yet? I know you are Tiffy from Benue, right? And you have always been part of this from the word go. Is there anything that first or there are some things that real Yorubas don't even know about what we are doing. You will be a very good liaison officer to explain to them. I know that.
Baba, propaganda work is coming. I've seen some very interesting people on the Telegram that I think I can do some very good work with there.
I would love to have you all.
In the aspect of film and series and documentary production. So
that would be wonderful.
That's why I said we are there. We are there. You don't know the kind of friends.
Yorubas. God bless you.
You don't know the friends of Yorubas. Anybody playing around is playing on their own
lovers
time.
of freedom. You know, I've got names for you. There's something I told you. I said what we have on MaiyegunsDiary Political is like a meeting point and a melting pot for those who have discovered how fraudulent and lies they've told them about Nigeria and how fraudulent Nigerian system is. Somehow, all of us are connected by the injustice we have suffered in the hand of Nigeria, past, present, even now, yeah? And somehow, we are all finding or looking for a way to make sure that whatever we are facing, our own children, generation coming after us, if we can make sure they avoid or never face all this, then we'll do our best. Nigeria has done us shaggy. And it's not just because you are Yoruba, you are Igbo, you are Tifi, you are Fulani. It depends on how you are saying it, then you realize that if anything should be done for the love of Nigeria, we should all go our separate ways. So that's what brought us together. And that's what will make us stronger. Won't it?
Well said, Baba. Well said. You see, I don't want to even be angry today with anybody because it's the first of the year. I don't want to enter this year with anger. So all those they are what they do for Nigeria. I just look there. Anybody that still believes in one Nigeria is a compound fool. You can quote me on that. A compound fool. You just leave all those things. I want to appreciate your work.
Thanks, man.
The work Princess and her team, especially her team, people behind her. I said Princess, God, forgive me, please. Queen Balogun.
And our Queen B, our own Queen B of the Yoruba Union. Hey,
and her team.
If they go after our princess, now the temple member, all of now be the hype men and women. Because in the last 48 hours, some people will begin to ask, sorry, who is that? God knows how many people are researching our Queen Bee now, princess, since they began to see that, wow, she's an iron lady. Oh, she's so good. Oh, wow, who is this lady? Oh, why I didn't know about her. Now they do, because we've got this, all of you, everlasting hype men.
Let them come. Let them come. We no get our sense no day house.
No.
Let them come. Our sense no day house. You try anyhow, you see anyhow. Let them come.
Yes, you, Yima.
The kind of people that we have. I want to wish everybody a happy new year and thank you for the marvelous work. And thank Agbeke.
Thanks so much.
Send out all the love from everybody on this platform. She has given you the time to do this.
All the support.
A lot of people don't know. All these people don't know what ladies here. People of,
when you also have a little, one thing about them is that, when you also have a little girl as well, that's so demanding. I've got this young man who is also demanding, and somehow she had to just fill in the gap for this hour. So, but it's worth it anyway. She kind of
A
also
lot of
like
people,
it. You know why?
a lot of
She
people should
feels
thank.
like,
A lot of people should thank them.
yeah, she feels like I am happy doing what I do, right? I mean, being happy to express myself, and it's been like that now since we've been together for almost 9 years. So she's come to realize that this is what makes me happy, by expressing myself whenever I want to. So if she doesn't support me, that could probably be a problem too. We may not be happy in the
Problem
house.
too. So
Do you get that now?
a lot of people
So
don't see that. They'll
Oyibo,
just come
she
on
knows
here and
she knows the give and take part. That if I don't support him
no.
and he ended up not doing what he likes, then we're going to be miserable in this house. And if we're
Business
miserable,
house.
we probably will never last.
One more last thing. So one more last thing, Mayegun. So when you, I'm not talking to you now. I'm talking to those people who come online and chat nonsense. When you next time when you think of typing, think about the sacrifice people are making for you to be alive. Thank you, Mayegun.
God bless you, and thank you so much for all the all-time support as well. Right? Welcome to 2023.
No problem, Baba.
Let's brace up for
Thank
the flight. God
We
bless
did with you.
Jima. Let me take one more call and we can possibly call it a night. However, I appreciate everyone who has been part of this tonight. Okay, it's the first program of the year 2023 and it seems to be nice. Hello there.
Hey, Mayegun,
Sir,
how you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Fine, very well. This is my first time of getting you on this line.
Well, we do have a shaky stuff for the first time caller. So thank you very much. How are you, sir?
Yeah, very well. Thank you. My name is Richmond, and I'm calling from the United States.
Hi, Richmond.
Washington,
How are you?
Very well. Mayegun, me and my missus has been following you since Nnamdi recommended that, we watch Mayegun.
Well, that's been like about 4 5
yeah,
years
3,
now.
4 years
That's
ago.
been a while.
Yeah,
I mean, time goes so fast sometimes. I remember when everybody just saw Junior, they were like, oh, no wonder. Mazi said we should be listening to this man. Guess what, right? Those who have been here before somebody like you heard that announcement, those ones are now like, they had the bragging rights. They will say, even before Mazi tell us, we don't discover them. But Baba, we've come a long way either way. So thank you.
Well, we do have the pinch of
now you have your own
well,
bragging right because it's been like almost 4 years now. And you can say, I have been listening to you for 4 years and I have no regrets.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right. My wife calls you a science storyteller. That's what she calls you. You are really talented.
I mean, especially when I'm in my element, when I'm in my mood. Sometimes, right, I am not always in that mood. But when I am, I always try to make my presentation as clear as possible, and at the same time, not as depressing too. Because sometimes Nigeria depresses you. You know, news from
Nigeria
just makes you feel
one day I don't want to take so much. If I start talking about my experiences about you, it's gonna take a long. There was a day I was painting you. I was using my laptop, to paint this Mayegun. I divided your face.
Right.
And everything I remember about your tribe, I put it. Do you know how much I got?
How much?
About 9 pieces of Mayegun. 9 things you could do. You have been a Muslim, you have been a Christian, a little here, an atheist.
I've been everything.
It's just too many,
I mean, there's something there about see, life is a teacher.
Great,
they say, they say life is a teacher, right?
Yeah.
And then the more you live, they say, is the more you learn. Abi, sometimes the shege that small boy don't see. If old man said, see him, he go feel sorry for you and say, you know what? See, I bless God for your life. You know what I mean?
My wife was saying, if this guy is in Nigeria, small boy.
Well, you probably you will never know me. No, you will never know me. Or you get to know me when people are saying, what do you call it? We no go gree, we no go gree. Free Mayegun. Wetin you do? Person wey call Buhari, person wey talk say, if they leave him with Buhari one-on-one for one room, it go be turned to death. That guy has been in prison for the past 3 years now. Now, tweet.
I am telling you.
The guy has been in jail for 3 years.
The guy that named his dog, Buhari.
So you would never
crazy,
know
my
me.
brother.
If I was in Nigeria, you would never know me. The world will never know me. You will just be one of those best talents that we always talk about that. Nigeria get talent too. Nigeria get talent too. But now what?
But now for prison.
Sure you get. So we should thank God for our lives.
It's great speaking with you. Keep doing what you're doing. The only aspect of you I don't like is that you are not.
Tell me.
You are above violence. You are above violence completely. No. Sometimes violence is needed to get things done. Human being by nature, your family does not, fall in line. Even with God. Sometimes God apply violence. That's apply, very, very, very bad
something like
to get people to do something, to get Israelites to do things.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah. But it seems you avoid it completely. Let me tell you.
Let me say this.
This government will never shift without violence.
Richmond.
Yes, sir.
Richmond.
Yeah.
Number one, I don't like bragging about violence publicly. You know why?
It's not right. No.
You know what I mean? I think that sometimes somebody who is going to unleash a deadly blow on you, right? May use all his time to study you, save the energy, because he doesn't want to miss. A deadly blow has to be deadly. Sure you get. So which means saying it publicly when you are not ready is even compromising your own stand. I am somebody who loves to use very strong power. So after earning it, where people are afraid of what you could do. You know why I respect Nnamdi Kanu so much? A lot of Biafrans, the Mazi where I know, and the time I've been following the IPOB and all of that, Baba, a lot of Biafrans, they feel like Nnamdi Kanu deliberately is holding back the force of Biafrans, what they wanted to really do with Nigeria to get out. Because when they look at Nnamdi Kanu, when they look at IPOB, the number, they're like, what is delaying us? What's keeping us? Let's go for it. Just give us the order. People are always asking Mazi then that, Mazi, just give the order. You just say it and see what will happen. You know why Mazi didn't? It's because, in my own view, the Biafrans are not ready mentally. They are not ready mentally, right, to undo what it really takes to break away from a country like Nigeria. So what did he do? He never jumped the gun. He never in any way even tried to test the might of people, they do IPOB meeting all over Eastern Nigeria. Politicians were shaking because of the level of influence Nnamdi Kanu controls. But he never used them. You know why? Because I believe he felt like mentally they are not ready then until they truncated this. Now, for me, brother, I just believe that the witch that will actually kill a child, a good witch, you are never going to see the blood in his mouth. Sure you get. Yeah. So I love to publicly say no, but there are times that when the world sees that influence of that organization, they won't want to test you or what can you do before they begin to say, what do you want? I kind of love that because the moment he goes to the south, everybody go run. Oh, I want us to be ready for it. That's why I'm encouraging this. That if when a lot of people get involved, there's some power in number. That those who claim to be powerful than us today, is because they could see through us that we are yet to be able to control the number that can intimidate them. Now, if you don't have that number that we ourselves are confident of, why are we announcing that we're going to deal with you when we know you can deal with us? You get
the Biafra, proves you right. Even people you think that they are with you at the end of the day, they are
sure
not.
They are exactly.
But Maiyegu, that thing is going to be very, very difficult to
it's
solve.
Not going to be difficult.
The way we are educated in Nigeria.
It won't be difficult.
In Nigeria is
no, it won't be difficult. You see, let me tell you something, right? I remember that if not because I have learned something from Nnamdi Kanu's issue, right? I have learned that when the political class are jittery and they are afraid and scared, right? They will pretend that they care about what you are doing. At that point, just go for the kill. Because whether you like it or not, you are already marked. You have made them feel so scared to now bring you to say, what do you want? How can we avoid any problem? What do you want us to do for you? You want oil rig? You want money? And all of that. That means they are scared. So at that point, you don't give them options that will make it look like they are going to have to go and negotiate. You give them a choice that they cannot reject, or their worst fear will happen. Even though if you are not fully ready to deal with them, that's what I learned. So when they met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Enugu, he offered them olive branch to redeem their images, the Igbo politicians who put up a meeting together. He said, if you can do this, do you know that out of 10 things that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu demanded from those eastern governors, whom he led that year, Biafra is not one of them. You can go and check.
I know. Yeah, I know.
In that 10 demand, it's all about the welfare, safety, lives, justice, all this for development for the people of Biafra land. At that moment, they were shocked. Look at this guy. He's not even asking anything for himself. Oh, okay. So if he want to claim to be somebody who cares about the people, we have to do something before he realizes the power he controls, before he uses the power under his finger. And that's why they unleashed the war on him. So that's why I said that for somebody like myself, if an organization that is so organized, so powerful, that could actually shut down the entire Yoruba land, when Yoruba will say, we are going to make a demand, so tomorrow we're going to have a peaceful one, and we're going to show the strength of what we have here. Now, at that point, politicians will know that power.
Where your union is going. I know. I am,
I know it's a long thing. It's a long story, but I'm tired of talking. I want to start acting.
It's going to be a Facebook about it now. See, what I want to add is this, right?
Yes.
I think where you're going. Unfortunately, I couldn't get you before you. You see, some other time. By the way, let me congratulate your lady, princess. Oh,
now she's now Queen B. Yes, don't worry. Don't worry, we'll get used to it. Don't worry. She's now Queen B.
That lady is something else.
She is good. She is an asset. I know.
Yeah.
That's what I want to encourage. You know what I mean? That's what I want to encourage. That if we can have like 100 of her, if we can produce or discover 100 like her and put them on the field. Now we can begin to talk about Mayegun. Why are you being peaceful now? Let's show them. Because myself going to tell you, say, I know, calm down. Mayegun do that. I say, calm down. Calm down. Look at all of this, Mayegun. What are you waiting for? I say, calm down. You know that kind of thing, Because you know that we have it then. Everybody will see it. And they'll be asking, what are you doing about this? Are you with me? Because I wish we could get to that stage where Nnamdi Kanu and his team, the kind of work they did in Eastern Nigeria, that got the locals, the indigenous, the real ones, not the city boys, city girls, so the real people in there. You get what I mean?
But you're on that line. You see what?
So wish us luck, wish us well.
December.
When we get to that stage,
what you did last December, right?
Yeah.
The chain reaction has gotten you what you are looking for now. The awareness.
The awareness.
You might think you gave out about 500 and something, giveaway.
Just 500
but
families.
The chain reaction, the chain reaction must be something near to 2 million or 1.5 million statistically now. So leave that as it is. I want to help you some other time when you want to do something like that, because I also listened when they were complaining that they were shortchanged on the quantity of rice and all that.
I mean, it was terrible. It was terrible. I wasn't meant to make that public, but I felt bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
now,
it's good you made it public. Next time you want to do this, right?
Yes.
There's a friend of mine, the owner of Anambra Rice.
Oh.
He's also a philanthropist, right?
Yeah.
He liked to help people. You understand me?
I'm with you.
If you had gone to his factory maybe 2-3 months before time and say, hey, bro, I'm doing a philanthropy. I want, you know,
so number of rice, and this is what we've got.
5
How can you
kg
help?
or 3 kg, right? Then you transport everything you want to put inside that bag.
And they will seal everything together.
So you will now buy those things in bulk. Go to Balogun Market, find out who are the importers, buy the tomato on import, buy spaghetti on import, buy everything from the importer.
Yes.
It becomes cheaper.
It becomes cheaper.
Right?
Yes.
You can book them before, even when you don't have the money. Pay in a little money and say, keep me 2,000 pieces of this.
Yes.
All right? And your target is to make 2,000 bags. If you transport those things to Anambra Rice, he will be able to bag it for you. I will make sure he bag it for you. So that you will be sure that 5 kg is 5 kg.
It is.
You understand me?
I love that.
You will also get all these things. But I was thinking, Anambra Rice is in Nnewi, right?
Okay.
You transport coming back here. But he had distributors also in Lagos and in Ijabode and all that. He might arrange with them and mandate them to do
Richmond,
it for
right?
you.
I actually learned a lot. This last one we did, right? How all these things work back home right now. That all that matter is that do you have your money? If you do, right?
Deal with corporate people. Deal with corporate people instead of going, or else you can as well buy those machines. Buy the sealing machine.
And do the ceilings ourselves.
Yes, I get a warehouse, buy 50, you know, like you can now order from any rice company. Let's say 200 bags of rice. Then when it comes there, you put them in a silo and measure whatever container you are using, that is 3 kg or 5 kg. You pour it into a polythene bag. You put all those things inside and seal.
And then you seal.
Nobody will touch it. So if you want to get 2,000, you will get 2,000 under your budget. So that money you spent on this, you could have gotten more if you had done it.
I mean, you were watching, right? It was almost like
I couldn't get
going to be like, should we do it or not? But eventually, we've learned from that, I believe. And then all other ideas and those who can help us as well, they will come on board later.
Since you are buying in bulk, always book from rice company.
Direct from the company.
You get it most cheapest. From,
they won't want to advertise 5 kg and give us a 4.5. That's not good for business. So I get what you mean.
No. If transport is going to be problem from, getting it from Anambra back to Lagos or to wherever you are point,
or any other
you can buy
of theirs. I get that.
Order through, Amazon. The selling system is very easy. You understand me? So you employ 2 or 3 people to pack them
and do them.
So 50 bags, 50 kg divided by whatever, by 5.
By 10. Everything 10 will be 5 kg. And then if we are so rich enough and we decide to make it 10 kg, that will just be 1 bag for 5 people. So I get it.
You can calculate it that way, and then every other thing you want to put in, you put it inside that bag and seal.
And bag it.
Probably write Yoruba Union on it.
I know. Sorry, Richmond. I am going to quickly fix my cam. But you know something? I'm going to let you go, okay? Our time is so up. But I do appreciate this, right? Thank you so much, You have a good one, okay?
If you need any help on the business
part of
angle of what you're doing, please call.
We would love to. We would. I mean, everything is in the open anyway. So I appreciate this, Thank you so much. My camera is off on the screen right now. They can only hear our voice. But you have a good one, sir. Okay? Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time this evening. I'm so sorry that my camera just went off. So I had to fix that, but I had to get up and stand up from here to go and do that. We have come to the close of the chat tonight. If you're just joining us, take your time and probably watch this from the start again. It's quite interesting from the start. And then the phone call part where everybody called in to make their own contribution and all that. Quite interesting as well. To everybody who started with us and at the same time going to bed now, just like me. Thank you. Thank you to every one of you. My super chatter, I got to see one super chat earlier. I should acknowledge that, but I'm so sorry. I was so into that conversation. So thank you. Olami Tutu Fadikbe for that, for your generosity. God bless you. So, and then to everybody who has been here all night, don't forget this. Before you go, don't forget, you can still like the broadcast. I'm going to see you some other time. To my friends and to this winner, Idris, I hope I get your message soon. We can work out your winning. My first caller in 2023, walking away with the first and the only prize for whoever actually happened to be, and that is Idris. So I'll see you some other time. Thank you. Don't forget my advice. Whatever happened in 2023, remember, you have a choice to choose your own war. Do not die in anybody's war. Not in any of these guys' war. It's not new. Just some victims who are new victims. Don't be one of them. 2023 is year. I wish you all the best. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayebi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.